高い酒と葉巻を用意しておいてくれ。破産させてやる。失敗の繰り返しでも立ち上がってくる。命令があれば身一つで赴任するのだが、東部での影響力は制御される。実質的に手物を集めるか。
This apple's nice and soft.
久しぶりな。レベレチャフ中さ。参謀本部からしばらくしただけな。よろしく。前線保持を担う B 集団に入発。殴るのが A、守るのが B だ。この作戦の完成がなれば、我が軍の継戦能力は維持され、敵の弱まる。講和交渉での譲歩が期待できる。関連して在住が勝ったな B 集団の幹部が指導に向かう。実質は作戦だが、最高構成力はビリー大調べた。計画については理解しました。しかし、いる側での交渉は一旦棚上げだそう。
に申し上げる。無謀の一言につきます。
続けとんね。
B 集団が守るべき拠点はすでに攻撃済みです。兵力は活用するね。この状況で A 集団の攻撃が進めば、守るべき側面がさらに伸びるのです。B 集団は伸びきったゴールです。挟み残り、針の一つがされません。さらに、そんな長いズレはあるとからに、いいの少しがあります。弱を取れる中、現代不利で。
いいんです。上の上司は向こうの上から意外と寒くなってます。機関の引きをした手は合理的だ。まあ、黒い変更は許可されていない。B 集団の防衛計画で案を出せ。防御のために何が必要か。
主導権なくしては防衛目標もあります。
戦争の真理。問題はその手段だ。
What's up, Aline? It's going good. I'm from South Africa. Where are you from? Yo.
One day you'll figure this out. When you do, you will change the world.
だが簡単には手放すまい。そうなるとそちらに求めるのは機関の検討団ぐらいか。ああ、私に高度な常識を逆らえ。弊社に乗った挙句狩人までやれとは私のことね。連中の死と見えた舞台がええさ。さあ、し敵が強いな。しかし、やはり手札は数が。手段を動かせたとして。駐在を使われる。関東ワーク部隊を完成。それで空港パリーグ。
The YouTube Music app can sense what you like from the moment you open the app.
愉快な歴史だ。その結果、参謀本部の将軍が頭部に飛ばされてきた。この税金は忠義。やってる。言うのだ。
Every square around it?
On the YouTube Music app, you can bump your favorite songs in the background while you clean up all that mess in the foreground. Try 1 month free of charge.
Well, that's a joke. It's not, dude. My wife is good. My son is... Oh, no, Nick.
There we go.
I'm not mad. I know, but you gotta understand how incredible this is. Incredible. Whether it's film or not, it's a lineage phase passed down from generation to generation. Whether or not this, and by the way, not just from the Holocaust, not just from 1939 on, 2,000 years of history. Okay. Forget about Israeli politics and Netanyahu, because I think we agree about Bibi Netanyahu. I'm positive we do. I'm just really talking about it. But you gotta understand. Look at me, man. It hurts. It hurts. I promise you it does. And you compare my wife's family to cookies thrown in the oven. It hurts. And you gotta understand that. And by the way, I'm looking at you and I gotta look at you too.
That's not the point of the metaphors. It was about the fucking, that was not the point of the metaphor that Nick was even making.
That's where you lose me. That's where you lose me. Hey, Nick, okay.
Well, listen, are we here to talk or are you here to lecture me?
Okay, no, you're right. Let me listen. Okay, you're right.
Well, this is the thing, because, and I think this is a disconnect. I think that the left, and even people on the right, they're losing the young people. A lot of people love me.
It was a metaphor that he used for explaining why he thought that 6 billion Jews shouldn't die in the Holocaust. And he said basically as a metaphor, you couldn't put that many cookies in an oven. Like, that's basically what it was. I'm abbreviating this. I don't necessarily agree. I don't agree with this. And I think that in my opinion, I don't think that the amount of people that were killed in the Holocaust is like a big thing to me. Like, I'm not like trying to say that it was low, but I'm saying that like it would be bad no matter what. But a lot of people try to downplay it. And I think that the reason why is because they want to, the implication is that people died in the
Hey, is the circle on yet? This guy has been crying about that he's gonna cook me, but he's not coming on.
Right? Is that basically what a lot of people think is that the number in the Holocaust was really high, and they use this as like a moral justification that you can't criticize Jewish people. That's basically what it is. I think that's stupid, but that's the way a lot of people see this. And that's what Nick was saying. It's not about them being cookies. It's about the metaphor of how many cookies can you bake. That's what it was about.
Not in spite of, but because of the outrageous things that I say. Not in spite of, but because I say offensive things. Because I, let's say, drop the N-word on a video or something. It's because people are sick of the preachiness, the lecturing.
Okay, they really are. But I see that I disagree. I think that you're appealing to the lowest common denominator of thought. If you're hating on the people that they think are the reason for their suffering, then you must be on their side. I don't think that you believe that about the Holocaust. I think you think the Holocaust did happen. But forget about whether or not you think it was used politically in a way that is obtuse and wrong. But I think that you do believe that. And I think that you have to. Like, what's your culture?
I'm Italian, Mexican, and Irish.
Mexican. When did they come? The Italians? When did the Mexicans come? When did the Irish?
Mexicans came
So I've heard that much. I think it really, I mean, I think it's very fair to criticize people, like especially Israel, for using the Holocaust as a moral trump card over accountability for things they do in Lebanon or Palestine, or as a trump card against the First Amendment in the United States of America. I don't think that just because you suffered a horrible thing happening to you in history means that you have the moral authority to tell everybody else what they can and can't say forever. I don't think that's fair. A lot of people, by the way, the Holocaust is not the only bad thing that's happened in history. There's like dozens of really bad things like that that happened in history.
Don't have any
During the
more.
last century. Italians came in the 1860s.
Yeah.
Irish came in the early 1900s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't care about something that is like grossly offensive just on the face of it, and think that, oh, why can't people just believe that that's funny? But you got to understand from the perspective of somebody that has that trauma, and I think that there is such a thing as generational trauma, and those stories are passed down generation to generation.
Generational trauma.
They completely shut off. They can't.
Generational suffering.
There's a cultural disconnect about losing communities.
My gosh, man.
Being left out or left.
In my opinion, I hate to say this, but I actually understand what Hunter's saying. And I think that the fixation around how many people died in the Holocaust is a distraction. I think that ultimately it doesn't really matter, and there's a lot bigger fish to fry that are mutual enemies, and there's no reason to draw a divide with that immediately. Like, I understand that people can have their opinions, but I think that every opinion and every value that people have has to work towards a goal. And to the extent that your opinions and values are not being used to achieve a goal, then they don't really have a lot of value. Sometimes they have a net negative value. Even if you think they're true, it doesn't mean you have to use every, it's like, you know, you can have a bunch of tools in your, you know, in your workshop, but if you're using a saw to hammer down a nail, you're gonna be a fucking idiot, right? You don't want to use that. Bigger cookies to fry? Well, I wouldn't, I mean, that's not what I'm trying to say, okay?
In a world in which there no longer is this sense of community. All the other things that you said.
Yeah.
Everybody else is left. And you pick up the ones that hear the dog whistle. You pick up the ones that say, yeah, that's the way that I feel. Because it's radical. It's like who's willing to say the thing that nobody else will say in this environment. And then you get an enormous amount of niche, but beloved from that. And I just don't believe that you believe that. I don't believe that you think that it was appropriate for you to say something like that. I don't think you believe that it's appropriate to say women shouldn't vote.
Give me a response to the first thing.
I know, that's how I do this. I apologize.
I get it, and I understand that perspective, and it is offensive, and it is provocative, and that's sort of what makes it funny. I mean, what we would say in our generation's edgelording, we're being edgy.
I don't think anybody cares about making Holocaust jokes or making 9/11 jokes. The problem is that whenever people are doing something and they're saying something very clearly with a serious intent, but it's actually a joke. It's kind of like what people were saying about how, Hassan is framing the 9/12 newspaper. And it's not about that being bad in itself. It's about the other, fucking cornucopia of things that go into the ideology of, wait, maybe he supports this.
Being provocative. And I think that it is that kind of overbearing sense for our entire...
I'm the king of edgelord. Well, I'm the king of being provocative.
It's that overbearingness that my generation's had our entire lives. That's not appropriate. That's not.
Nick is right about this too. He's completely right. That a lot of people that are especially his age, not even my age, but his age, are tired of being nickel and dimed and then fucking henpecked by a million Karens telling them what they are allowed and they're not allowed to say. I think that guys in general are exhausted by this. They don't want to be told that their funny joke that they're telling with their friends on Xbox Live between them and everybody's laughing, they don't want to be told that they're not allowed to say that. And I think this is what happened a lot from like 2014 to like 2023. And to to an extent, it still goes on, but it's been minimized.
Funny. Think of the trauma. That's racist. That's white supremacist. That makes it funny. That makes it different, interesting. And let me grant, by the way, I think that now, and this is maybe a concession towards you, now that my kind of humor has become mainstream and popular, I don't even think that that's funny anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
People do the egg-lording thing. It's become so commonplace and so tired. I don't think it's that funny or impressive. That's what
It's safe edgy. Yeah, like saying negative things about Israel and Jews is now safe edgy. It's not funny. It's not. The reason why edgy things like that are funny is because they're risky. It's no longer risky.
part of why I kind of moved past it, because 10 years ago, it was treated like sacrilegious. And there's something funny about the fact that you could say a word or make a joke and make people lose their minds and freak out, and it was like an international incident if you said the wrong thing. And I think that's what made it tempting, especially for a young person. You want to rebel, you want to be defiant, you want to be a little revolutionary or something. Now, as time has gone on, I think that's become a fad. Everybody does it. It's lost its power. And I think that, by the way, part of why we're getting less of it is because instead of getting the preachy lecture from the left saying that's not appropriate,
Performative bullshit from right-wing people.
just roll their eyes. Now when an edgy white person says the N-word, people roll their eyes and go, really? You know, that joke again? People hear someone wears a Nazi costume, makes a Holocaust joke, people go, really? That joke again? It's not impressive. It's not funny anymore. We've seen it before. And ironically, that is what makes you get less of it, when you disempower those things by not giving them this over-the-top reaction, pretending like it's some great travesties.
I think he's totally right about that too, by the way. I think that the way that you approach, things like that are problematic is that you just simply let people say what they're going to say. If they want to be an asshole, they're going to be an asshole. But the more that you try to demonize it and freak out against it, you're going to immediately have people that are getting super angry and like really mad over it because, now they're being told what they're allowed to say and what they're not allowed to say. I think that's a huge problem. I think that in general, like, people don't like being told what to do and what they're allowed to say, period. It doesn't matter what it is, but the moment they especially, and the group that is the most like this are young men. And I think that's really, that's where this movement is coming from. It's young men. It's over-dramatized, yeah, exactly.
How do you think, like, October 7th, the subsequent, like, pro-house movement, the online world they created, led to the growing audience, right?
October 7th in particular, well, I think it highlighted and brought to the forefront how captured the right wing is by Israel, which is very unique. I think the Democrats and the Republicans are pro-Israel, but the Republican Party has this inextricable institutional connection with the Israel lobby, with this like-wing government in particular, and I think people just started to see the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy was brought to the forefront, which is America first, but not with Israel. No new wars, except for with Iran. We're going to be racist and all these things, but don't
Can't be anti-Semitic.
you dare be anti-Semitic. Don't even, think about it. So I think that on the right wing, it made it unignorable that there's this ideological institutional capture.
I just feel like a lot of straightforward, like, just anti-Semite influencers were taking advantage of the post-October 7th discourse to push other ideas, broader ideas about Jewish people as a whole.
Well, I mean, I think
that's true. I think Andrew's totally right about that. Is that there's tons of people that
Yo,
actually
so tired.
Jews and they've always hated Jews.
I just need
They're
sleep.
hoping to shine, and they're pretending to be pro-Palestine.
it's hard to ignore some of those other conversations. I know that it's now become maybe in vogue to say that the Israel issue is very narrow. It's just Netanyahu. It's just the Likud-Nix. It's just the Israel lobby. But, what would you say about someone like Larry Ellison? I mean, somebody like that, I don't think fits neatly into this, let's say, problem of Netanyahu. Yes, because this is somebody who's not Israeli. He's not even a religious Jew, but he's ethnically Jewish and has this deep affinity for the state of Israel and is using and mobilizing his power and resources and connections to benefit Israel in the private sector.
This is a huge problem, and the only thing that I disagree with Nick on with this is that I think it's not exclusive to Israel. I think that you can see the same type of nepotism and then racial bias that exists with Indians as well. Obviously not all of them, but the amount of accusations of nepotism and ethnic replacement that Indians try to hire other Indians at tech companies, etc. This is overwhelming. Like, you wouldn't have this many reports of this happening if there was not clearly a trend. And Somalia is the same thing. So what the real is that, you know, it's fundamentally, this is not, Jewish people do not have a monopoly over tribalism. The reason why their tribalism is, I think, a lot more evident is because it's so high, it's so high influence, right? But I think that this has happened with a lot of other groups of people. And I think that really, I mean, you can look at statistics with this as well, right? Is that other racial groups and ethnic groups have like a very, very high level of, you know, like ethnic preference, right? And own group preference for ethnic issues and degrees. And whereas I would say that in America, generally that's not true. At least not with white people as much. And this is referenced by studies. It's not, this isn't something I'm inventing.
Sure. And so if you were to say, what's a law that we could pass to prevent that kind of influence, what would it look like? He's an American citizen. He can't buy a media company and hire Barry Weiss to run CBS News. And yet we recognize that's a big problem.
I just feel the conflation of like anti-Zionism and like Holocaust denial played into the hands of the Israeli propaganda apparatus. Because then they could say, hey, look, these people that oppose what we're doing in Palestine also don't think the Holocaust happened.
He's right. Andrew's right.
Big jump in the public perception.
It was almost to me as if that
it's a poison pill.
was your intent. To lose any legitimacy about any argument as it relates to Israel and the Likud government. Those to say those edge-wording things or whatever. I don't know anybody that can hear you after you say that, including myself. It delegitimizes everything. Because I don't think that you, a little bit of more compassion.
Let's try to stay a little, I don't want to do any character attacks on Nick.
I'm not attacking his character. I'm not attacking him. I promise you, I'm
no,
not.
As far as compassion, I'm more just being straightforward. Do you feel like the rise in anti-Semitic online influencers post-October 7th has given Israel more ammunition to work with in terms of casting everyone who opposes what they're doing?
I think the answer is absolutely yes. But I think they would have done that anyway. That's my answer.
Ravage.
In some cases, yeah, in some cases, sure. But I also think that's overstated because I think that, you know, look, let's just be honest. I do believe the political left wants to make the Israel issue very narrow. And they want to say that the issue is this genocide in Palestine. And on some level, they think that the Israeli government is racist. And that's the problem.
And I'm not sure if I agree with Nick on this, especially whenever there's so much open hostility to people like Scott Wiener and that other Josh Shapiro. I actually think that with them, it's a very, very wide issue that Jewish people. And I think that tangentially, it also is really evident that that's the case. When you look at their support for terrorist groups that seek the extinction of Jewish people. Like, I mean, you don't have right-wing people that are supporting a, you know, organization or at least failing to condemn an organization like Hamas that seeks the extinction of Jewish people. People have a much wider net than Israeli. They're the ones that use Israeli as a pejorative. They're the ones that attack people for being from Israel.
Let's let it go, man. This guy is wasting my time.
Being in the military, not just being there, but just categorically.
I think that ignores that there is a broader conversation, and it does have to do with the Holocaust, and it does have to do with Jews as such, and Jewish nationalism and Jewish identity. So to try to shoehorn it in and say, well, if anybody goes further than this very narrow critique of Israel, well, they're actually helping Israel, I don't agree with that. I think we have to unpack the whole conversation.
Well, do you care a lot about Palestinians?
Not more than I care about anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, I think a lot of people can easily say that, you know, for example, the Palestinians that get bombed or whatever is horrible. What they're doing is that I think they're doing something that's very similar to what Americans did to a lot of Arabs post 9/11, is that they wanted people that were Arabs to actively condemn 9/11, and like you almost had to explain why it was bad, right? You couldn't just be an American anymore. You had to like do this extra level of performance, and I think that that's what's being assigned to every Jewish person now. And like, I don't think that's right. I don't think a Jewish person has any sort of obligation to make a statement or have an opinion on Israel, because they're Jewish ethnically in the same way that I'm German ethnically or Irish ethnically. I don't have an obligation to have an opinion on, you know, the IRA or about the Nazis, right? Like for, you know, a historical reason. Is that too much to ask? Yeah, you have to prove your, basically they're asking, and the difference pro-Palestine people is that the pro-Palestine people, this is a value, and the value is different than an ethnicity. Like, you choose to have an opinion, you don't choose to have an ethnicity. That's the huge difference between, for example, why it's problematic that pro-Palestine people will not condemn Hamas, and it's also problematic that you expect, Israeli people or Jewish people to condemn Israel. Does that make sense?
People don't want to live around that. People don't want to live around that. You know, in Chicago, it rolled on into the summer, and it wasn't, let's say, the anger of the oppressed and the disenfranchised. So they were looting. They were looting and carjacking. The criminals.
Yeah. Who are
Mostly black.
Oh boy, here we go.
Nick,
Nick.
Is that not true?
Yeah, maybe, Nick.
Come on, man! Holy shit!
I don't know. I just don't. I don't know why you use the platform that you have to make that yourself. So you say the problem with a 26-year-old white kid living in California.
Hey, my boy. I'm still driving. But then I'm about to get to my house now. I guess I'm just gonna put it in five days.
We think it made it worse. I think if it's your car that gets jacked, I think if it's your car that gets looted, if it's your house that gets broken into, yeah, I would say you're absolutely being affected by this. Like, I don't even know.
How many more squads? 4
Four
more.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with that cap was that he got scalpel naked and tracking. And the problem with our city in Chicago is that the Magnificent Mile is gone, and Water Tower Place is gone because of all the crime.
Nick, and the entire generation of African Americans is that they've been getting killed by cops.
For what? For what?
Decades. What are you talking about, Nick?
We can commit crime. Listen.
He just says it. He just says it. Dude. Like, isn't it, like, this is the thing to me that, like, I don't know how a lot of liberals can reconcile this, like Hunter Biden. How is it that in the same way that God stopped performing miracles whenever they invented the camera, we stopped having all these racist murders by police officers whenever they introduced body cams? Have you guys noticed this? Isn't that a weird coincidence? Wrong, he didn't. Yeah, dumbass like you can still type in my chat. That's a fucking miracle.
It's not.
What? True. The police brutality of the place and racism in the police force and the way in which police treat African Americans. Nick, you can grow up here.
I think the reality is that the police are going to go towards something based off of what their prior inclination is. So, like, the police are probably going to use a lighter touch on a woman than they are on a man. And if crime statistics reflect reality, then if they see a person that is of a certain ethnicity, they're like, the way that they're going to approach an Asian woman is going to be a lighter touch than they approach a black man. And we all know this. Every single person knows this.
Like I did, between Wilmington and Philadelphia. And if you are a black dentist and you live in Wilmington and you commute to Philadelphia, the chances of you being pulled over by a state trooper, either Delaware or in Pennsylvania, are about 50 times that would be if it was a white guy.
And the problem that Hunter has is that he's also right, but his rightness is, I think, outdated. I think that it's very obvious that we had systemic and systematic racism, and it was cooked directly into our government and everything involved about it. All of these things were totally real and absolutely valid, but it's outdated now. It's outdated, and we have to look at the reality.
50 times. And so what you're trying to tell me is that the problem in America right now is that a 26-year-old white kid who lives in suburban Chicago doesn't feel like he has access because he's been canceled or he's been woke, and the problem is black people.
I didn't say the problem's black.
Yeah, that's not the problem. Like, what? I don't even. How do you even respond to this?
With the YouTube Music app,
People.
you
Well,
can
you just
discover
did,
remix
Nick. You just
after
said
remix
Problem is
after
crime.
remix
Now we
after
know
remix
who's doing
after
the crime in
remix.
Chicago. Carjack.
The problem is crime, and the issue is that this is the problem that liberals have. Is that they have this idea that every race is committing crime on an equal level. This is not true. Everybody knows this isn't true. We all know that if you're expecting somebody that did a robbery, you're not expecting it from an Asian woman ever. Has it happened before? Yeah, it's happened. But what are the odds? The reality is that there are demographics that commit crime way more than others. And I think one of the biggest extremes is men and women. Like, you take race out of the equation, it's men and women, and it's also people at a certain age. Whenever you hear of a shooting, you're not going to expect it was somebody that was 85 years old that did it, or 5 years old that did it. These are just realities that we live with. And liberals' constant inability to recognize this and acknowledge it is what I think is getting more black people and more minorities killed. Because they're unwilling to acknowledge that some communities have bigger problems with crime, and the reason why is because those communities are committing more crime. They will not reconcile that because it undoes their worldview that everybody is totally culturally and, completely equal. It destroys their narrative. But they have to acquiesce on this for the good, for the best interest of the minorities they're trying to protect. Do you know who the biggest victims of black murder are? Black people. That's the main group of victims. So if you want to keep these people safe, if you want them to be able to have their communities improved, and it's the same with Mexicans, it's the same with anybody else. If you want to have their communities improved, I don't look at these people and say, wow, what a bunch of criminals. I look at these people and I say, wow, these people are being terrorized by criminals. And if you got the criminals out of these communities, you'd see things improve massively. It's the perspective that's wrong. Black people voting Democrat always changes nothing. Yeah, but like if you look at the way that the media is set up and everything, it's not that surprising, is it? I also think the hip hop thing is hypnotize the black community. I think that they have a lot of cultural issues. I'm not black. I don't really comment a lot on, other groups' cultural issues, but it does seem like very clearly they have cultural problematic issues. I'm just not an expert on this, right? Obviously. You can see that.
Things, shootings, teen takeovers. We know why there's
That's a good example, right? I mean, you look at a teen takeover, 99% of them are black. This is substantial. It's substantial. It's a problem, and it needs to be acknowledged as what it is. Why is that happening? It's clearly not random. 14% of the population, 99%, at least for what I've seen, of teen takeovers. Clearly something needs to happen. New elephants in a room video about exactly this topic? Yeah, exactly. And so that's the issue. The issue is conflating, saying that there's over-policing and there's police problems. The reason why there's more police problems is that there's more police that are having to arrest these people because they're committing more crime. That's the reason why.
So this is Adam Iron anymore, and it's because they steal cars and drive them through windows. And listen, black people are some of the biggest victims of the black crime. We're not allowed to talk about it because of
fucking exactly.
We're not allowed to talk about it. We're talking about it right here. You have a plan out.
But like nobody, dude, what do you mean you're not allowed to talk about it? Hunter Biden is not running for president yet. Nick Fuentes isn't running for president yet, right? You're talking about it in a hotel room. Isn't this? That's the whole point.
Or with millions of people listening to you, Nick.
Well, after Meanwhile, I had to buy Twitter and open it up. It wasn't
Exactly.
like that before. I was banned from everything.
I think Hunter's totally wrong on this. Like, I think he had some great points on the Holocaust stuff. This, I think he's totally off base.
For many years, but no, we weren't allowed. You're right. We can talk about it now, but that's only because of the big one.
You went from being banned on Twitter to being on YouTube to creating an entire show. I know you're not, but now you have Kick, and now you have all of these other things. You have an enormous platform. I want to find common ground of how much of a shithead Donald Trump is. We can get there. We can get there. Okay. What I don't understand is how you didn't recognize that in 2016. And how you didn't.
I think that a lot of people realize that Donald Trump was a piece of shit. I think that if you voted for Donald Trump in 2016 and you thought that he was anything other than a hedonistic piece of shit asshole, you had to be retarded. But it's just the lesser of two evils. You didn't want Hillary Clinton to run the country, and you didn't want to have infinite illegal aliens coming over, and that's it. I mean, like, you just didn't like Hillary Clinton. Like, whenever you make a decision, it's not like you have to. Like, there's a lot of things that, like, I have friends of mine that had family members that were negatively affected because Donald Trump didn't pay them for construction stuff. So, like, I have, like, you know, like, by second degree extension, like, experience and hearing about this, right? That negatively affected them. So, and he is an asshole. I think he absolutely is. And I would say that really Trump is like the bull in the china shop that I think we needed in order to usher in a more, I would say, manicured person, somebody like hopefully maybe Marco Rubio. That's how I see it. Is that he was a necessary evil.
Recognize that in 2020, and how you didn't recognize that in 2024, because Donald Trump.
I didn't quite.
Because Donald Trump.
Because Kamala sucked more. Like, I don't know why this is so hard to understand.
Hasn't changed. Donald Trump hasn't changed at all. Donald Trump has been Donald Trump since he came out of the womb of a woman that was an immigrant to this country. And so,
a legal immigrant to the country that came over and was a net positive taxpayer with her husband, and they created hundreds of jobs. Like this bullshit that you know, Hunter Biden is doing. He's the new Biden, right? Or you could just call him Biden now. You know, fucking that he's doing with constantly muddying the good reputation of hardworking, good American immigrants by trying to, you know, dilute their good values with a bunch of illegal aliens that are coming over and committing crime and working under the table. I think is so damaging to average American immigrants. It's almost like it's defaming them. You're dragging their reputation through the mud so you can protect a bunch of criminals.
One De Jong out. Another De Jong in.
Is that I don't know how we get past this idea that the biggest problem that you have with your personal situation and how you extrapolate that to the situation of kids that are your age.
I think he's reframing. He's reframing by using hyperbolic terms like the biggest and the main problem is black people. Like that's never been what's discussed. There's like 50 different problems.
To feel disenfranchised, to feel left out, to feel they don't have a shot at the American dream is because of black and brown people, because of Mexicans, because of Venezuelans, because of Haitians, because of it's all those other this year. It seems to me.
Well, yeah, when you have a job and then the job gets taken by a Haitian that's on a fucking asylum visa here, and they're working 16 hours a day with one break because that's all they've known in Haiti, and you're being replaced by somebody like that, you can say, oh, they're working harder than you. Yeah, they are, but we have labor laws to prevent people being exploited. Like, that's the issue, right? Is like, we have laws, like, they shouldn't have to work that hard. Nobody should have to work that hard. We should have technology work that hard. That's why we have machines that pick cotton now. We have machines that can pick strawberries. Small story, my great-grandfather hated the reputation the Italian-Americans had when he immigrated, much to the point that he refused to teach my grandfather Italian for the fear that he might get the same reputation. So far from what we have now, it's very common for second and third generation Mexican immigrants to refuse to teach their kids Spanish. I wouldn't say it's the norm. I don't think it's the norm, but it's very common.
And I listen to a lot of the stuff. It's always that. We need to build a wall. What is the wall? We never built a wall. Why did you go to him?
He built part of the wall, right? He created, like, this is the type of stuff, like, I don't know, why would you say this, man? Like, he obviously decreased the amount of border crossings by 99%. The point of the wall wasn't the wall. The point of the wall was to keep illegals from coming into the country. I've always thought the wall is a great metaphor, right? It's a great visualization.
but you can climb over a fucking wall. It's about stopping them from coming over. Like this is such bullshit. Like you could create a wall with drone surveillance, and it by like a group, it creates the same thing.
2020. Why did you vote for him in 2024?
I didn't vote for him in 2024.
My point being is that whenever you identify your problem as being something that is other, that you can point to,
Yo.
that is a good excuse.
One win away from Div 2. Let's see if I can get there.
Other people. Sometimes there are people that are causing problems. I mean, I don't know. What do you mean?
It's the, I mean, before, remember, all of us, it was the Irish Catholics who all committed crimes, who weren't allowed into bars, who weren't allowed into, because they were alive, because they were very poor, non-Europeans.
Welcome along to an evening that was made for football. The pitch is in great order too. I'm Guy Modray with the former Arsenal and West Ham midfielder Stuart Robson alongside me. And what a 90 minutes ahead. Win and they'll be promoted. What are your expectations from this?
Well, it's been a good campaign for them. They just need a win here today and promotion is theirs. And they fully deserve it. They've played some great football.
If you have somebody who is intellectually honest, like Nick, this is the easiest question in the world to answer.
Here's how the home side lines up.
This is the easiest
Well,
thing
in this
that everybody
4-5-1
knows
shape,
this.
it will be interesting to see how close the wide midfield players get to their main striker. Will they stay wide or play through the inside right and inside left positions? We'll have to wait to see how it develops.
Well, written by a black man in France in the 1700s.
In a milieu of European
The attack broken up.
So what?
Well, that was how to defend the edge of the box.
Example, it's really
There are
And Kung Fu.
examples, and there's a lot of inputs. Like,
Sign
for
of stopping
example,
yet.
It's really cool that we were able to play.
Here's how the
Black
bloated
Myth Wukong, and
Ticks
that's
line
from
up today.
Chinese culture.
Unai Simon is
I
the
think that's
goalkeeper.
awesome.
Kukurea starts with
There's a
Jeremy
lot of
Frimpong
examples
in the
of that.
fullback positions.
But that
Frankie de
doesn't
Jong
mean that
plays alongside
overwhelmingly
Frank
this is not
Lampard in the
European
middle of the
culture.
park. And the team's main striker is Hugo Sanchez.
Nick, I'm not. I'm really not.
Guys, I think we're reaching what's called Robin crisis. Let's talk about it.
Frankie de Jong
to this because you're telling me I'm
takes
not
the shot.
blaming the other.
It's in the way superbly.
Here's the thing, is that the way that you talk and throw out these historical facts, which, by the way, aren't fucking facts.
The Ticks being afforded too much space here.
As it relates to the
body in the
Civil Rights
way.
Movement in 1968, the reason why we're having the problem that we're in is because the Civil Rights
Picking
Act
this on.
had passed in 1964. Dr. Martin Luther King should have
What's up, James?
white racist, white supremacists in 1968.
Think different from the corner.
That, like, anybody's supposed to be like, yeah, everybody likes Martin Luther King, basically. There's a
Decent
street
looking
named after
attack,
Martin
this.
Luther King everywhere.
Football for the
There's
team
probably
there.
more streets named after
That's
Martin
great
Luther King than
defending
George
there.
Washington. What are we doing?
Oh,
The FBI, and also, do you
The
know
attack
who, by
collapses.
the way, if you want to start talking about this, why don't you give Trump a little bit of credit? Because he
Here we go.
declassified
Frankie
a
de
lot
Jong
of the
ready
shit
to
about
shine on
MLK.
his debut. All's a moment to remember for any player.
We're gonna
And a
hear
lot's
that
expected
from
of him.
Hunter Biden.
Well, he'll certainly add some quality into that midfield area because he's a really good passer of the ball, which will hopefully give the front players the service their movement deserves. Let's just hope he settles in quickly.
We're sick of hearing about that, though. It's 2020.
You may be sick
The
of hearing
Ticks
about
have
it, but you know
possession
what?
again.
They aren't. And I'll tell you what.
Yeah, and that's their problem. The reality is that Africa has
Kelly,
people that are enslaved
they're in
now.
here.
They were enslaved by their own
Brilliant
people and
defending.
sold to Europeans and other people all around the world. Slavery was a universal tradition that Europeans ended, and every single person now that's living in America is better off because
Lampard.
of it.
Lovely incisive ball.
This entire idea that there's any kind of guilt for this should be the opposite. We weren't the people that had slavery.
Unable
we
to
were the
retain
people that
possession.
overcame it. Hunter Biden's also going to have an individual shot Malcolm X.
Kelly.
Of course not. I'm black.
It might be in.
Hearing about his level personally affect me. I'm done. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just
He's
such
done
bullshit.
well to get past.
Yeah,
That's
no,
nicely won to see off the threat.
Get over it. Like, I mean, exactly. Did you know how many injustices there were? All of the redlining and things like that for, like, residential areas. Do you know that was applied to Italians and Mexicans,
Be
too?
here.
Like, a lot of these types of racism, even Hunter was saying this himself, that, like, this was also applied to Italians. It was applied
Big
to
and Prince.
Mexicans. It was applied to the Irish. So why is it that you know, and again, I understand that it's more recent, but at the same
No ways.
time, when are we
How is like an open gap like that put like this?
And all the pressure
Good.
needs to count.
I'm alright, man.
Clearly the better team to this
I
point.
think that we reached total racial parity. And we did that probably in like 15, 20 years ago, if not earlier than that. We still have to hear about how, you know, they're shooting black people left and right. It's ridiculous. And I think the reason why, this is what I think the reason why is that
much
there
given
are
away
a bunch
is
of black
cleverly won.
identitarian voices out there, people like Al Sharpton, that it is in their best interest. If racism ever ended, these people would be out of a job.
Okay.
They would be out of a job. So it is in
It
their
was
best
not held
interest
for
to
long.
make people think that they are still on the razor's edge of Jim Crow.
Well.
Dr. Umar? Well, even, I mean, like, Dr. Umar, like, I like Dr. Umar a lot more than Al Sharpton. I'll tell you that.
But you can say stuff like that, okay, without having to say it like that.
Promising pass, but it's turned out a waste. And it's saved and held.
The Obama effect? Yeah, sure. They monetized it, bro. They have. And it's an entire industry now. And I think that's what's really annoying about it, is hearing that, like, this entire thing is so big.
Yeah, positioning spot on there.
I mean, you can talk about the anger that's out there and the frustration. And I think part of the frustration, let's be honest, is that white people do feel like we are being boxed out.
They found a way through.
Cities and because you are. Whenever there are incentive programs.
We tried any stream graphics for your channel. I do have stream graphics. Can you not see that I have stream graphics? Huh? Can you not see that the box around my camera is graphicking? Huh? Can you not see that? Can you not see? Okay, you can't see my other screens because I haven't. You can't see my other scenes because I haven't gone to my other scenes in this scene, in this stream. But yeah, I do have stream graphics. I even have a Valorant stream.
Ticks are starting to motor forward here.
What about them trying to fucking replace Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day?
It's Kalia.
Well, you know, there's no Irish people in Chicago. They're Little Italy. I mean, there's some remnants in Bridgeport. I would even argue that I'm not a big fan of all the little everythings in America. I get that we have Chinatowns. I understand that these things happen naturally.
This could get interesting.
But to view this as something that's positive is, in my opinion,
Defense has done its job to stop any trouble brewing.
Whenever you
They're much harder to break down in those areas, aren't they?
You're no longer Chinese. You're no longer Korean. You're no longer Somalian. You're either an American or you should fucking leave.
On that whistle, the first
Logo banner. No, I don't need a logo banner. Like I literally.
It's almost like the amount of segregation is
let me
some kind of a virtue.
Turn it off, turn it on. Like I literally have.
It's distasteful. It is. I have a family who did
Wrong one. I got some. Like I'm cool that I have. Like I'm not looking to pay someone for stream stuff.
They rushed so fast to build these identical strip mall suburbs that it was very hard to maintain cultural bonds with the different European and white neighborhoods unique around like the 1950s and before. So I feel like the mass suburban life is also a big factor that led to the.
Oh, I'm winning 2-1 on my promotion game. Come on.
In 1960, people moved out because of the people don't want to deal with violence. You know, my grandfather was in the National Guard in Chicago when, after MLK got assassinated, the whole West Side burned to the ground.
Why was it right?
MLK Jr. was assassinated.
The action resumes. Let's see what this half brings.
It justifies an enormous amount of the anger. The same kind of anger that
really, it justifies the anger. Nobody's mad about them being angry. You're mad about them burning down the city. You know, people are mad when Charlie Kirk got assassinated.
Able to skip past his man. That's excellent work to come and take the ball away.
Were there any riots? Did any buildings get burned down? No. It's bullshit.
He could be on with this.
It's not like these people have a unique monopoly on emotional outrage.
Wow. That was a heavy touch from Ronaldo, though. I feel like I was fortunate that I even got the goal, but it was a flipping heavy touch.
Imagine if you were a 26-year-old black man in 1968 and saw your hero be assassinated.
Oh, I saw Trump get shot.
Yeah, like honestly, his goal is very soft.
Get shot, and I
Would you like to see some samples of logs? Nope, not interested. Thank you.
I think it's very, very, very difficult. I think
Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck. Yeah. And liberals celebrated it all over social media by Tyler Robinson.
Yeah.
By a psycho asshole. Who cares who shot him?
He was what?
What a position to be in.
Liberal guy.
He is?
I have a transgender boyfriend.
Does that make him liberal? Because
Let's be real, bro. Like, what are we playing these games for? This shouldn't work on mainstream media, but it's not going to work in a dimly lit hotel room with Andrew and Mitch. Going for it. Everybody knows the guy's a fucking liberal. He said that he shot him for his political views. It was in the fucking court documents. And this is already in public when this interview, I think, was done. Like, this is so dishonest.
No, wrong person.
he's transgender because he's gay.
Well, because he's got a transgender boyfriend, yeah.
Now there could be an opportunity to counter.
I think he would.
It's passed really nicely.
Nice.
Real opportunity.
Oh, I messed up
A
there.
lifeline in this game, and surely momentum is with them now. Incredible.
Liberal politically, he didn't come from a liberal background. He's not a minority. He was a Mormon, correct? And grew up in a Mormon household, and he went to a largely Mormon college, and he ended up committing an act of violence, according to the FBI and
As nice as they come, but it's been seen all the way. Confident, sharp goalkeeping.
To what we're talking about. I'm not just
Lampard. Systematic, and I wasn't alive when MLK was
Frankie
shot,
de Jong.
right? I mean, this might be a surprise to people. I wasn't. But I can tell you this. I don't know, and I certainly don't remember seeing a lot of news stations celebrating
Begin nicely
or
here.
cheering about
Well,
it.
they're
like,
just waiting for the right
TMZ
moment
did.
here.
All given
I
away.
didn't see that happening. In my opinion, the Charlie Kirk assassination wasn't necessarily like the true evil of the Charlie Kirk assassination was not the fact that he was killed. It was the fact that so many people on the left wing
That's
supported
really
his
well
killing.
cut out.
That was the real profound evil of
Lampard.
it, and everything else was kind of irrelevant.
Sanchez. Fantastic pass if that comes off.
Yeah.
But you're saying that that person, this Tyler, whoever his
Kylian
name
Mbappe.
was as disenfranchised as
Decent looking
the
attack
African
this,
American
and he's
student
in there.
in
Oh my gosh, I should have just done a straight pass up.
Like, I mean, the Japanese were
Nice.
Debut goal.
Woo!
Great way to
in the
start.
1940s, and they didn't burn down the city. I mean, I think being put in an internment
Sanchez.
camp is a lot worse than not being
Potential
able to sit in
developing
the
for the
diner.
floated six.
It's not even remotely close. They didn't burn down
Six,
the city
have it
after
back.
that. This is outrageous. And this was done, like, fucking nationwide. Both of these things are bad, but let's not pretend like putting people in internment camps like this is
Might be in.
It's insane. That was war? Yeah, but they weren't fucking, like... Can we just acknowledge that putting all of the
Change
people...
your possession.
Put all the Iranians in jail now. It'd be fucking ridiculous.
Is who we want to live around. And in the 1960s, the West Side burned down. We don't want to live around it. We don't want to live around it.
And yes, exactly.
Yes, boys.
Legal lead. The win.
That tastes like promotion! Promotion!
5-2 now as the game restarts.
PvP, sir. You don't want to live around an area where there's gunshots at night. You don't want to raise a family in a place where buildings get burned down. Duh. Or Germans, yeah.
Prince.
That's not what it happened. That's not when the West Side happened.
It is. It was a big response to it.
Ready to intercept that.
Not. You make these historical connections that don't exist. Part of it was potentially, but before that,
Opportunity now.
when
Another goal. Surely they're home and dry with the win now.
you come from the south to Chicago,
Mbappe, please, I beg they give you one more SPC, Mbappe. I beg.
Prince.
Chicago was
I beg they give you one more SPC. They give you one more SPC. Even if they make you a 96 Mbappe, you're coming in the main team.
Into a situation
Beyond
in
now.
which you're feeling in any way enfranchised by the community and the situation you're in. And as many
Work by
people
blood
Like,
it takes to win back the ball.
of the idea that someone was black moving into their neighborhood as the
This is a huge problem, and it was true. My dad said that they blew up the driveway of
Be
the first
dangerous.
black family that moved into his neighborhood whenever he was growing up.
And the referee sees that as a foul.
It's
Free
true.
kick to come.
Like there are a lot of instances. Like nowadays, I think that whenever people hear things like racism, it's usually because somebody
Kelly.
didn't get hired for something and they were like vastly unqualified and they're just making it up. But historically, I think that everybody
Sanchez.
agrees, or at least everybody should agree, that there are a lot of instances of racism.
Hence yet to appear.
Sure, but we have to stop. I don't think
Nothing more than
constantly use,
consolation at this
you know, the
stage, but it is at
injustices
least
and
something
evils of
for their fans to
1970
cheer.
to justify manifesting new injustices in 2026. That's, I think, the big problem that a lot of, I think, white people have, is that many of our
Taking it
like,
upon herself to
fathers,
drive forward further.
grandfathers, maybe
The defense
great-grandfathers
regains
fought
control.
in the Civil War to free the slaves. Many of us probably had family members that might have supported civil rights.
Need to get
It's
tighter
not like
here.
we were in favor of this. It's not like it was never white people against black people to begin with. There were a lot of white people against this too.
TLB. Show them.
Brilliant anticipation.
Yeah, he really did anticipate where that ball was going.
That's a good pass. And there
Alright,
it is.
TLB.
He's doubled up for the day.
Alright,
I think that's just not
let's see Jane Kamehameha's when he's
Well,
losing
here we can see
6-4.
it again, and he does so well to skip beyond the defender. It just buys him that bit of time to get his shot away. That's a really nice goal.
Like, why are we even discussing this?
So what's your point,
And there it is. It's all over. The game won and promotion secured.
Well, they show today why they are getting
Minneapolis front of the ground, or how about in the summer of 2020?
I wonder if that increased or lowered property values in Minneapolis whenever everywhere in that city was getting burned down. Not everywhere, but like a lot of places were getting burned down.
In Chicago,
Minneapolis didn't burn to the ground.
they didn't.
No, I mean there were
BLM
parts
didn't
of it.
destroy
Yeah.
They didn't burn down every building. There were some buildings that weren't burned down and destroyed. Oh, I guess it didn't happen.
You guys need a physical witness to what happened in Minneapolis. There were many structures that burned to the ground.
Okay.
Not the city, but
Even
there was.
Andrew, and Andrew's a lefty. Even Andrew's being honest about this. It happened.
I would say between 40 to 50 buildings on Lake Street in the south side.
Holy fuck, man.
But most of the city was attacked, but it was quite an intense situation.
People don't want to live around that.
Yeah.
People don't want to live around that. You know, Chicago, it rolled on into the summer, and it wasn't, you know, let's say, the anger of the oppressed and the disenfranchised.
So
They were they were looting and carjacking. They're criminals.
Yeah. Who are
Mostly black.
We saw this part already.
big, you know,
Is that not true?
yeah, maybe I don't
Because
know.
Maserati's never gonna make the first team, so there's no point doing that SEC.
There's nothing wrong
No
with
point.
admitting this. That doesn't mean that
No
you're
point.
racist. Doesn't mean you hate black people. This is just.
You're a fullback. Come on, man.
So Sad Hunter is another reality denier? I'm not. I think this is a really good start. Who else would sit down with Nick Fuentes and have conversations that are dishonest? Hunter Biden is a person that has almost nothing to lose. That's a good thing.
Okay.
I'm
This
not saying that
this actually might be an SBC worth doing. Just for Gareth Bale,
he's
because
not
his
elite.
pace is amazing, shooting amazing, passing could
You
go
know,
up.
who knows what happens
Let's see what they
after
do
that.
for him.
But no, it's not coming to vote for Hunter Biden. But at the same time,
Okay.
like, I recognize that this is progress. This is a good
Start
thing.
circle, okay.
It's a good thing that he's willing to have a conversation like this. And
I mean,
before
literally,
we
look at this
to
now.
talk about it.
Look at this now. Now there's a 97 who's
He's
literally
dishonest.
able to
He
play
is,
as a
but
centre
there-
back.
like,
Wow.
again,
Yeah.
when you
This is
live your
cool.
whole life in that world, it might take time for people to get out of it. Is that fair for me to say? I think it's fair.
Straightforward. Do you feel like the rise in anti-Semitic online influencers post-October 7th has given Israel more ammunition to work with in terms of casting?
Yeah, I'm not gonna play another division rivals game.
In some cases, sure. also think that's
I'm happy.
because I think that
I got to Division 2. Getting to Division 1, I think, is going to be very difficult.
wants to make the Israel issue very narrow, and they want to say that the issue is this genocide in Palestine, and on some level they think that the Israeli government is racist, and that's the problem. And I think that that ignores that there is a broader conversation, and it does have to do with the Holocaust, and it does have to do with Jews as such, and Jewish nationalism and Jewish identity. So to try to shoehorn it in and say, well, I don't think it's taking advantage. I think that we can sympathize with the Palestinians while also, I don't agree with that. I think we have to unpack the whole conversation.
Well, do you care a lot about Palestinians?
This is the new part.
Not more than I care about anybody else.
So I guess that would be why they would be like, okay, you're just taking advantage of this discourse.
I don't think it's taking advantage. I think that we can sympathize with the Palestinians while also realizing that, look, I'm an American. And so it's a tragedy what's happening in Palestine, but there's
I think it's very weird. I hope he brings up Sudan.
tragedies happening all over the world. My problem is that Israel has this influence over our government, and we're paying for the
That's exactly it.
genocide, and we're furnishing them with the weapons to commit the genocide. And by the way, America is going to be held liable for this genocide, morally, but also politically and diplomatically and otherwise. But I think that people on the left, they may be guilty of maybe caring more about Palestine than they do about America.
Straightforward. Fucking exactly. Fucking exactly. And they have no problem torpedoing local issues because of their foreign conflicts. That is exactly it.
I don't think it's, you believe that it's 40% women should vote.
Give Nick a second to respond to the first.
I know, I talk. Well, that's how I do this. I don't think it's, you believe that it's 40% women should vote.
Give Nick a second to respond to the first thing.
I know, I talk. Well, that's how I do this. Talking, I apologize.
I get it, and I...
Repeat, you can skip this. Yeah, let me see.
Us joke, people go, really? That joke again?
Yeah, we've seen this one. Okay, never mind. Because some of these are overlapped. So just speaking.
Oh, I'm gonna be back.
Explains underwriting why they
I'm gonna be back.
My question is, how did you not see that before? He was a disaster in 2020. Disaster related to what he was COVID. Regardless of whether he thinks it's supposed to be going after or not.
The question for Nick is, how did John realize 6 years ago that Trump would be sort of that tough?
Because he doesn't follow people. There's no ideological core in Donald Trump.
No, I agree with you.
Well, I think that could be a good thing. People being pragmatic is sometimes more important than having an ideological center. Sometimes whenever your ideology puts you in a position that you make other people suffer for it, it's a bad thing. I'm not always a big believer in being ideological. It really depends.
You got to realize in 2016, where Republicans were at. We had John McCain, we had Mitt Romney, and the perception on the right is that they were insufficiently conservative and that they were losers. All they do is lose because they don't fight. There was this perception that the Democrats are ruthless.
There was another big component to this too. I don't know if Nick is going to talk about this. That the entire Republican campaign and platform was opposing Obama. They basically had Obama derangement syndrome. Like we talk about Trump derangement syndrome or Asmongold derangement syndrome, but they had Obama derangement syndrome. Their focus was not on making the country better. It was not on improving the lives of their voters. It wasn't on making America great. It was about opposing Obama, stopping Obama from doing X, Y, or Z.
Fighters, Obama crushed in 2008, crushed when we thought he really should have lost in 2012. That was the Republican perception that Romney let us down. And
I guess go either way.
when Trump came on the scene in 2016, it was new, it was refreshing.
Yeah.
He seemed like somebody that was really going to take on not just the Democrats, but also the media.
Exactly. Trump, ironically, filled the same position that Zoran Mandami and the DSA fills in the Democrat Party right now. He represented a huge amount of people that were sick of making their entire identity reactionary, and they wanted to have a goal in order to move forward. They wanted to move forward with something. And I think that generally that's what they did, is that Trump had actual goals. He had values that were like build the wall, put Hillary Clinton in jail,
drain the swamp. These were forward-thinking ideas that transcended the context of reflexively attacking Obama. That's, I think, and in the same way, that's why the DSA is so strong compared to the Democratic Party, is that even though there's fewer of them, they are all very centered and they have an actual cohesive policy vision. It might be a stupid vision, but as we've seen in history, it doesn't matter whether it's Bolsheviks, whether it's Nazis, or whether it's the DSA. Obviously, not all are equal, but very clearly, a small, very, very conservative group of people that know what they're doing can overtake the larger political party if they have the right messaging and the right motivation. And I think that's what's happened. There is a direction. Now, the direction, in my opinion, is towards third worldism and towards America being a shithole, but they do have a direction. You have to give them credit for that.
On our behalf. And what's more, you got to think about the mood of the moment in 16 as well, and the message Trump was giving. Trump said in 16, it's just me and my son and my wife. We don't have any donors. We don't have any special interests. We're going to put America first.
This is a good component because another subtext to this was that Mitt Romney was very much seen as an aloof, out-of-touch businessman. He was a rich, multi-millionaire. He was a Mormon as well. It was hard to relate to somebody like Mitt Romney. Like, so like, this was the way it was. Being capital, it's been a long time.
Make the country great again. This is a very appealing message, and I talk all the time on my show about it, and realizing now that it was obviously a scam and now obviously unfulfilled completely, and you're right, Trump is not ideological. The message was brilliant because
he shouldn't be ideological. I don't think that you can be a leader and make, coherent decisions if you are completely ideological. Sometimes you have to compromise your values and your principles in order to achieve a greater goal.
it said, one, the system is broken. America's not great anymore, but it used to be. We can make it great again, but in order to do it, we need to actually bypass the system. Why is it that we never have victories? Why is it that things don't change? Because of money. He said, and that's why I'm different. I'm rich. I'm a billionaire. If I self-fund my campaign and don't take super PAC money, then I won't have to listen to the lobbyists and the special interests.
This is what separated him from the previous Republicans like Mitt Romney.
I could fire the people I need to fire and do the things I need to do. That was like a very powerful message in 2016. And after 4 years, I was one of the people even back then that said, look, it never materialized. He did wind up taking super PAC money. He took APAC money for that matter. Sheldon Adelson money at that time in 16. Even in the first term, bombed Iran. In the first term, didn't build a wall. In the first term, didn't even reduce illegal immigration until 2019. And I remember the timeline perfectly because I covered it every day. It was like in May and June 2019, 20-year illegal immigration high in terms of month-over-month. But why did I go for him in 2020?
And this is better than the alternative. I think that's really what happened, right? Is it like, I mean, at a certain point, a lot of people might not like Kamala Harris, but one of the biggest criticisms that I think a lot of liberals have towards leftists, which I think is extremely valid, is that those people effectively gave rise to Trump. And if you look at it from the liberals' point of view, and you see it from their eyes, I think that they're stupid and wrong, but if you see it from their eyes, they allowed ICE to take over. They allowed ICE to disappear families. They allowed Trump to bomb the Middle East and start another war. And they did all of this over a few fringe social issues.
Just gonna play some USC while I wait for the sequel.
Same thing, basically. The trans issues, etc.
Hey, sports.
So we have part of the wall. Yeah, well, here's my point, right, is that you have these people that, yes, very clearly, they also torpedoed it. But, like, you have to pick the lesser of two evils sometimes. And I think that that's fair.
Prior to the pandemic, we saw talk from the right that if anyone other than Trump was president, you were going to get a vaccine mandate, which we really didn't want to be forced to take the vaccine. We thought the lockdown might never end. We thought that censorship would kick into overdrive. And so we said, really, it's unacceptable that anyone other than Trump would just be a disaster. And then obviously Biden came in, and I don't think it was as bad as we thought it would be, to tell you the truth. Honestly. But by 2024, I mean, I was out. in 2024, because everything you're saying is totally true. And I was telling people on my side, I was saying he's not going to build a wall, and I know you're against that. He's not going to do the mass deportations.
I don't think that that's fair. I think that it's like I do think that Trump hasn't done as much as he could have done, but I do think that Trump should be given credit for basically shutting down the border. I think it's fair to say that Trump pretty much shut down the border, and he stopped the massive inflow of illegal aliens. And also, we've had net negative, immigration. So it's not an uppercase W, but he gave us a lowercase W, and he solved the big problem that we had, and he at least stopped the bleeding. We haven't treated the disease yet, but you've stopped the bleeding, and you begin to treat the disease, which is through some mass deportations. It's not as extreme as it should be, though. How much coping? Is this coping? I feel like this is just a factual reality. Trump did shut down a huge amount of the border crossings in the southern border, and he did it extremely quickly. I'm not I complain about Trump all the time, but I view Trump as a lesser of two evils. Like us, not having migrant caravans coming over all the time is a good thing, and it should be acknowledged as that. If Kamala Harris was the president right now, you would still have the country being overrun. I had to clean off my desk; it looked dirty. You would still have the country being overrun by infinity South Americans. I don't want to have that happen, and Trump shut that down. Good. That's great. It's good that one thing that's good that happened.
Try 1 month free.
That he's not going to start no new wars. I said in 24 he's going to take us to war in Iran and the Ukraine war. I said that's not going to end in one day.
Everybody did.
Too complicated. We're already in it.
Trump has never said that.
So I didn't vote. I didn't vote in 2024, and I told my followers not to vote for Trump for that reason. And it was only until a year later, after all the exuberance died down and people saw the bearing of the Epstein files,
that was the beginning of the end. I think that the Epstein files was the point where it was really, really politically difficult and socially difficult to justify supporting Donald Trump when it seemed like he was trying to hide the Epstein files. And it broke the trust of, I think, a lot of the online people that have seen that there is a very clear one-party system that is taking advantage of not just kids, but everybody. And Trump did, like, the way that he tried to hide it, too, was just so... It was almost like you tried to make it look as bad as possible. The downplays and delays were bad. Yeah, if he had come out and he had said, yep, it's taking longer, sorry about that, we have to make sure we redact everybody, and we're going to be doing this, I know you want to have this. I actually think that Trump's position right now would be astronomical.
Here we are back at the O2 in London, England. They will certainly glorify the Canadians and the Brazilian fight fans, and rightfully so. But when we show up in London, it's a sellout within 5 minutes at the
Regardless of who's fighting, the English fans show up. They love fights. They're very understanding. They show up every single time. They're knowledgeable and ready to cheer, but don't be crazy.
No.
They will boo you out of that building.
It's not at all.
Big punch land.
It's inconvenient that Trump was very good friends with Jeffrey Epstein for many years.
Blasting right hand lands upstairs.
Bill Clinton.
Oh, for the lead of the body.
People say, you know what, you were right.
Over and over, same story. Punch after punch to the head.
I was all in on him. So, I mean, as far as being vaporware is concerned and a scammer.
Oh, how good is this athlete tonight? Another big knee. Oh, beautiful jab there. It's one thing to have length. Of course, it's another to use it effectively. Beautiful job with that jab. And he caught the kick.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, this is it. So,
left hook to the head, it's blocked. Oh, and there's another leg kick for good measure. So doing a really good job with that weapon here tonight. And if you're trying to slow your opponent down, mission accomplished so far.
When you can land that many leg kicks, you start to affect the movement. You start to affect the hand. Everything's
He's definitely, I think he's positioned himself way too far to the left.
Under 3 minutes now to go in what has been a very fast-paced opening round here.
Come on.
Well, they've made all the right reads here tonight, and there's another one. Beautiful read on the leg strike as he catches it and then returns fire with a punch of his own. So they have got the timing down here at this point. The Tunnel Fighter lands a knee yet again.
And it's great fun.
Flushed knee to the body. He's got the length advantage in this fight and certainly made it count in that exchange.
You know, I wasn't out totally
nice defense
with like the Nick Shirley stuff. Like I criticized him, I thought he was wrong, but I still like him.
Both are prepared. These are the types of fights that we expect.
Stuff like this, and I think this is a great example of it, right? More than energy is the balance overall.
Nice straight right lance.
When he gets close, he throws, he lands.
This might sound crazy, but I wish that you had much
going
longer
back to the jab just out of range.
So that way you could really dig into people's opinions rather than just simply looking at it from like a one-dimensional
See that well, but it's hard to miss the redness underneath that elbow. A lot of bodily investment from his opponent tonight.
Yeah, it's an investment, John. It may not pay dividends right now, but the more you go there, the more damage you do, eventually it will show itself. Right now it's starting to show.
And when he lands another knee there, DC, it doesn't always pay to be the taller fighter. In this instance, it most certainly did.
Oh, nice uppercut there.
And they get rise to extremes. Most Democrats don't.
Well, we'll see if he can turn this defense into offense, but he's doing a great job blocking shots here tonight.
As of right now, he's thinking more defensively, and he's doing a great job of not taking any damage. Oh, that one landed, yep.
Oh, and he lands another combination here, really starting to get into a striking position.
I mean, it's stringing them together so effectively, never throwing the same attack more than once. What a job to recognize all the openings in his opponent's defense.
One of these DSA foreigners.
Oh god, how does I uppercut again?
Minutes in the books.
And like Hunter Biden was a
All right, there's the horn, and what a round it was for him, DC. And look at him walking back to that corner. He's feeling himself a little bit.
Oh, he's feeling himself. And look at his coach. They're all celebrating because they know that if they stay the course, if they do the exact same thing, they may be able to find the finish this time.
All right, so a huge round for him there. That head kick probably would have had me out for good. The guy survives to see another round.
Yeah, but he'll go back to that. It landed so perfectly. He set it up great. He did a great job of mixing up the target early, going up high, and getting the desired result.
He might be a crackhead, but he's our crackhead. That's it. Now, I'm not even trying to endorse Hunter Biden, but if I had to choose between the lesser of two evils, I can easily do that.
Round two on the left.
See what I'm saying? Honestly, I like
eyes to not take that shot.
We talked a little bit before the interview. We talked a little bit afterward.
Oh, that body kick couldn't have felt good.
Respectful and courteous and friendly. And
so it's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as this fight goes on.
You watch debates from John McCain and Barack Obama.
That is useful. Well, as we pull up the numbers there, bottom of your screen, the body strikes really tell the story in this one. That was a big focus for his camp coming in, and he has certainly worked that midsection to great effect here tonight.
President debate between Tim Walz and JD Vance. Tim Walz, the
guys appeared to land there.
Piece of shit retard. But there was a decorum there and respect that
man, they're on the inside.
Americans have been missing.
Sense, no bullshit. I really genuinely liked it. And
this fight is supposed to be over. And it might not be over now, but it's going to be over very soon.
I'm from the right, but I did think it was a really nice discussion. Because it was simple, we were open about it.
I feel like I'm closing the show.
Absolutely. You gotta go close the show if you get a guy hurt that bad. You cannot back off. Take your time. He's right for the picket.
They will just assign some sort of pejorative to it, and then they will just ignore it.
Well, a really good second round for him thus far. After a somewhat lackluster first round, he has found the rhythm and found his striking range. Scary proposition for the opponent now here in round two.
No, I think Hunter Biden could
take a step back. What a phenomenal fight.
It's extremely possible. Like the probability.
All right, so perhaps he's going to have to address something different.
AOC becoming president.
I'm not sure how he stayed up with it.
I mean, when you get hit with a shot like that, to stay standing and talk, you're tough.
But I do think that we both hurt each other. We both saw each other.
Well, now you see some visible damage on the side underneath the elbow. He told us he was going to invest in the body, and he hasn't missed a whole lot of time.
You didn't expect him to do it this effectively. He's done a fantastic job of following the game.
Why would the Democrats vote for Hunter Biden? Because voting for Hunter Biden
got a switch advantage off the top. Made good use of it there with that match.
They will always end up voting on that person. Well, the media is really bad.
All right, so he's landed a few seminal uppercuts already, DC. Got to think he goes back to them.
I am almost certain he's going to go and try to.
This fight's going to be over.
What a great way of mixing up his attack.
This is like a foreign, this is a foreign influence that should not even be in the country. So I don't really care a lot about, oh wow, well this, far left.
In a dominant position, look at him attacking the wrist.
Oh, that looks tense to me. It looks like an ugly thing. You gotta be kidding me. How did he get out?
He just stayed calm, was able to withstand the fire. Now he finds himself out and safe.
Constantly support America's enemies. They want to destroy America. Like, I don't know what we're doing here. What are we doing?
He gets out.
That is great submission defense. Everything sure is that the long opponent to get submission victory.
I'm just saying that.
All right, so that's the end of the round. Potential adversity here. He's got a cut on his cheek sustained from that strike in the round. Now the focus becomes maximizing these 60 seconds, shutting that cut, and preventing it from becoming a major factor here moving forward. Well, he had a lot more than a puncher's chance coming in. Big knockdown.
Too slow.
Is calling out the far left radicals and commies like Hassan for trying to destroy the Democrats.
5 minutes to go.
Hassan has responded very bad.
All right, so after one of the more entertaining rounds in recent UFC history, our next round is upon us. Man, those guys both took some serious damage in that freaking show.
They both took some damage, but they both gave it. They both gave it as well as they took it. Let's see who goes down first.
Police abolish prisons and let criminals
Black.
roam free and get rid of murders entirely. Average Hassan fans. Hassan responds
Well, DC, headgear's not allowed, but he has raised the hands
Snap,
and he's
man.
doing a nice job protecting the top.
He's doing a great job of blocking his head. A lot of times, those shots to the head will knock you out. Not this time. This guy's making sure nothing lands.
Hassan has just been rejected by
Nice punch to the head.
All right, so a knockdown for him in the previous round, and you can just see by his body language.
trying to farm Destiny has responded to a clip of Hassan's chatters, calling him Easy Black after a black person started shaking their head.
Well, now that
Subscribe or your mama becomes a Hassan fan. Top 10 nightmares.
Yeah, it's literally so slow and so janky. I can't play that game anymore.
Bill Maher is
This is why I preferred UFC 4. UFC 4 was so nice and smooth. This is so janky.
But it turns out he's a little different and actually listens to different perspectives and actually has a little bit of common sense. He's a lefty who calls out the far left radical commies like Hassan, and he is not happy about this. He went on an unhinged crash out, calling him racist. So basically, he did a segment on Hassan and his goon squad, and he calls out how they full-on support communism and some of the most radical policies like abolishing prisons.
So this banged on Twitter, of course. Bill Maher once again.
Finally, never will Donald Trump has told 1 trillion lies, but when he says the Democratic Socialists of America are actually communists, that's not one of them. And it's not hard to prove it, just by quoting the DSA and their candidates. It gives me no pleasure to have to do this. I'd much rather keep going with good vibes from...
This is so good. Look, I'm gonna keep it a $1.50 with you, okay? For all the DSA cadres in here, for all the DSA folks in here, take one thing from me. What do I always say? Whenever people ask me this, I always say, look, I don't self-describe as a communist, but I have no issue with the mob. This is your opportunity to also do the same. And if you're a communist, even better. Double down, be like, what's wrong? That's a decent end goal. I think so. Like, Bill Maher and his attitude and the way he carries himself is exactly what is wrong with the way people perceive the National Democratic Party. 1,000,000%. Smug, entitled, elitist, know-it-all, arrogant. It is so repulsive. Bill Maher is the poster boy for the Democratic Party's failures thus far. I personally welcome his hatred.
Bro, hasn't he admitted that he wants communism and that's like his ultimate goal?
Wouldn't that be like me saying, well, you say you want socialism, but actually you're a communist? Because you just want to edge your way towards communism step by step.
While I don't call myself a communist, I don't have an issue with an end goal of communism.
Obviously, this is the classic Hassan strat of hiding his power level, right? He wants to be like, well, I'm just a socialist. But then on the other hand, every single thing he supports will be the most radical left-wing thing there is. And also, he welcomes being called the name. Like, he's not offended at all. So then Bill proceeds to systematically go through the quotes of all of Hassan's best buddies. And holy shit, I did not know they were this insane.
The pitch
It just
should
gets
get
worse
better
and
as the
worse.
match goes
he
on,
starts by
so
talking about
sensible
a
decision to
couple,
bowl
Karl
first.
Marx
I wouldn't want to be putting pads on first, that's for sure. The opening bowlers will be feeling pretty...
Compton, ready to face their first ball. Really needs to settle quickly and see if they can get the ball into the gaps.
Each according to his abilities, to each according to his needs, they'd be sued for plagiarism.
That is literally. Dude, this is so funny because he's like.
Still honing in on their lines.
Let me tell you how
Fans are
shocking
happy
this is.
to let it go
These
through.
Socialists are
And you
socialists. Yeah, no, you idiot. What are you talking about? Wow, God, hold on. I've learned something very fascinating about this Democratic Socialist of America movement. They really like this Karl Marx guy. What? No. Are you serious? What are you, crazy?
Not to leave any doubt, New York Mayor Mamdani once tweeted Karl Marx's words exactly. They're not
No.
Okay, is he stupid or is this a disability? Buddy, he's the father of communism. What the fuck? I mean, it's very obvious the point he's making, the comparison that he's actually making, that you guys are basically embracing full-on far-left ideology. And he keeps trying to hide it behind like, well, I'm just doing milquetoast socialism here. But it's like very clear what you guys actually want. It's not even up for debate. And you'll see throughout this segment that these people are so fucking nuts. Like, some of these quotes I had no idea existed. I was under the impression that Hassan was the only crazy one. And all these other people that are, you know, supporting him, endorsing him, whatever, they're just like moderate and, you know, they're just being sucked in because they have, you know, on the same side of politics, even though there's a big spectrum even on that side. But no, turns out they're just as crazy as Hassan, some even more crazy, believe it or not.
Mamdani's aide, his top aide, CEO Niebuhr, said if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize property, it's over. And impoverish the white middle class.
I love her so much.
One of the new soon-to-be Democratic congresspeople, Darlene Chevalier,
Girl can't say a single thing right, dude. God, you are such a old racist baboon. I swear to God. Darlisia Chavala. Don't
A great victory, extremely close, right to the end. And to...
Like, what the man is Daria Lisa? Daria Lisa!
towards seizing all properties from landlords and said seize the means of production. Mamdani has said the end goal is seizing the means of production.
Guys, these socialists sound quite a bit like socialists, and I'm beginning to not like what I'm hearing. Really messed up that they're saying socialist things.
Now maybe you missed that in school or missed school altogether, but that's communism.
No, actually, they just straight up teach you that in school now. They basically straight up try to indoctrinate you that this is the right thing, right? And capitalism bad. Legit, they are just brainwashing institutions at this point. And don't get me started on those colleges, bro. By the way, literally saying stuff like seize the means of production and essentially straight up being okay with people taking your private property that you bought with your money. I mean, I feel like that's complete lunacy, right? And Hassan is saying all this shit, but when push comes to shove, he doesn't actually want to part with his Gucci bag. He doesn't want to part with his $3 million house or his Porsche. It's like the most hypocritical thing there is.
They'll have
He's
a bat.
pushing for
Well,
all
we
this
didn't
stuff
see that one
that he
coming.
actually
Must have a lot of
doesn't
faith
even
in the
want.
batting
And the reason
lineup.
why he's doing
Personally,
this is because
I would
he
have thrown
thinks
the
that
ball to
he's
my
one of
bowlers
the
to start
exception.
off with.
He's going to be the ruling class who doesn't actually have to give up anything. It's only the other people who are
Going
going to
with pace now.
And if you watched some of the previous episodes, you would understand that this all makes sense from Hassan's point of view, because he legitimately thinks that stealing and all the like committing crimes is a completely passable, it's completely okay, because the rich have advantages and they're like abusing the rules or whatever. Therefore, it makes it okay that people can just steal. He even justifies assassinations and murder by saying that, well, these rich people commit social murder, right?
Would you steal from the loot?
Yes. Wrote about the concept of social murder. And Brian Thompson, as the United Healthcare CEO, was engaging in a tremendous amount of social murder, the systematized forms of violence I saw so many people immediately understand why this death had taken place.
Obviously, the rich do get away with some stuff that other people cannot, but that doesn't mean you throw society into complete chaos and you encourage your fans to literally fucking steal things or even engage in political violence. This is complete chaos and it's never going to end well. Now, speaking of delusional policies, apparently some of Hassan's buddies want to abolish the police completely and abolish prisons. So, no prisons, right? Now, your logical question is, where do you keep the criminals? I don't fucking know. Apparently, they believe that they can just rehab the worst rapists and murderers in the world, and everybody's just going to get along, of course.
Now the coalition within the DSA, called the Marxist Unity Group, is in ascendance, and I must take them at their word when their words include our commitment is to the long-term struggle for a fully liberated class.
So that's the end of our broadcast. I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, see, Weaver did that.
Beast mode.
Yes.
Beast mode.
Good, I'm glad you're shocked. People are actually getting elected now who literally don't think we should have police or prisons or borders. And again, they're not lying about who they are. The media is. Ask Ms. Chevalier about the border. She says, yes, literally abolish the border. Okay, I'm just going to say it. Since the far left, the far, far left,
Oh wait.
Hello and good morning to all.
I can literally
My
put
name's
myself
Adam
on the
Gilchrist,
bench
and back again
and
with
then
me
play as
today is
myself.
Michael Atherton.
Oh, that's how I can do it.
are becoming Democratic Party policy.
Okay, I know that this is like a very hot button.
So the decision's made to bat first in what could just about be called bowl-of-friendly conditions. Both captains will be happy enough.
I feel like that should be unanimously condemned because every country has fucking like visa processes and check-ins for people to come in, okay? And this isn't racism. This isn't like, oh, people are just, or you're xenophobic towards people from other
Got
countries.
that away nicely.
It's to protect the people in that
Well, that's
country. This is
textbook
like
perfect.
fucking
A
sense.
lovely
It's the
drive
reason
through
why
the covers.
locks in your
No
house and you
need
don't
for the
just keep
fielders
it
to chase
open
that one.
for anyone to steal your shit. But apparently they just want
Getting
another
nicely
situation
settled
like
at the
in
crease
Morocco,
now.
right?
Would have to be
And
very
their
happy with
entire
that last shot.
ideology is like a child's fantasy of, guys, why can't we just all get along? No prisons,
Swept away, but
no
finds the
police.
fielder.
We'll just have a conversation
Misses.
with
That's
the
a
rapists,
big
right?
chance
We'll
going
just be like,
begging.
"Racist
Well,
bad.
that was a struggle, getting
Racist
smacked
bad. Stop
all over
doing
the
it.
park.
Stop doing it immediately. And then they will
End
all
of the
understand,
first.
right? The mass murderer criminal is going to be like, you know, after listening to a Hassan stream, I totally understand that murder is bad. You don't need to put me in prison anymore, actually. We don't need any punishment. Just let us roam free, actually.
Oh, that's a cracking shot. That's going to be six. It's going way back into the crowd there.
Well, that ball has been hit. It's flown into the crowd. To get that much power coming forward onto the front foot is just ridiculous.
Unlock our empathy, guys. We don't need borders. Just let anyone walk in. Yes, this person might have a bomb. They might have a random disease that spreads and destroys your entire population in a night. In a fortnight, but who cares? You know, throw it out the window. Actually, I mean,
That's the
legitimately, have these
match. It
people
looked
never
like
thought,
too
why
many
do we have
runs were needed in that
visas and,
final
like,
over, and
checks
so it has
and
proved to
border
be.
security?
Great bowling,
Maybe because
brilliant
one of the
win.
responsibilities
That's the end of our broadcast.
the government and the country itself is to take care of its people first, right? The people, the citizens obviously come first. That is a very understandable thing to do. It doesn't make you racist. It doesn't make you whatever. It's like there's always a hierarchy in life. For example, we take care of our family over some random stranger in the street, right? Family first, then friends, then random strangers. There's always going to be a hierarchy because we're not fucking gods here. This isn't a utopia. This is the real world, and humans are flawed. Obviously, not everybody is coming over with the best of intentions. You need to screen them and to see if they actually can contribute to society and not destroy it, which a lot of people seem to be doing. And I feel like the most ironic thing about this whole thing is that Hassan is the first one who's going to get robbed. But you're literally in Hollywood in a gated community. Like, you need the police to protect you. He's literally advocating for his own demise and the demise of society in general. So then Bill proceeds to call out one of Hassan's favorite politicians,
Francesca Hong, yet another major Democratic candidate who's all in on abolishing the police, and is running for governor of Wisconsin, says, I think that my perfect world...
Why can't I take myself out?
Because we all see the humanity in one another, and then we know nobody's disposable.
This is so stupid.
Well, murder victims are. This crowd literally wants to get rid of our form of government, the Senate, but also, and I quote, replace the president and Supreme Court with an executive and judiciary chosen by and subordinate to Congress. Yeah, no biggie. Just taking the very essence of our government, which is 3 branches checking each other and shit canning 2.5 of them. Who could be this nuts? I'll tell you who. Morons were still wearing masks in 2026.
Good morning to all. I'm Adam Gilchrist, and with me for this exciting contest is Michael Atherton, Mel Jones, and the one.
That is what I call peak empathy, guys. No prisons, right? Why do we have prisons? Like, if you actually go to a prison, it's pretty brutal. It's pretty fucked up. Why do we even have that, guys? It's not like the people inside probably did some fucked up shit.
The home crowd will be looking forward to some early wickets as the captain wins the toss and decides to have a bowl.
There because everybody is evil, of course. No police, guys, because police are bad. Period. Apparently, every single one of them. Isn't that literally a form of like stereotyping? The vehement
that was a mighty win. Really, just too easy.
The vehement anti-stereotypers are actually the people who stereotype the most, right? It can never be possible that someone signs up to the police to actually do a good job to protect innocent people, to, you know, earn a living wage or whatever. They must all be these evil people who are abusing their power, because we saw a couple of body cams where they were evil, whatever. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. Obviously it does. And fuck those people who do that. Nobody should be abusing their power. But in general, you need people to protect you, okay? You can't be in like a crazy, lawless, anarchy society or whatever the
really
fuck they
feel
want.
the conditions are going to be tricky to bat on at the start, and the openers will really have to concentrate.
Why can't you stand? And I feel like dealing with these people is like trying to stop a baby from crawling off the window of like a 20-story building.
Coming into bat has performed well the last few matches. We'll hope to continue this form for their team.
Let the adults handle the situation. And it's honestly impressive the dedication they have to ruining society. Like,
oh, what a shot that is. Pick the bones out of that and it's gone for 6.
Lovely shot. Gets on the drive and powers that one over the boundary. Wonderful timing.
Instead of being this colossal loser, leading this cultist movement of unemployed nobodies. Now I want to show you guys the difference between Bill's section and
They go forward, they go short, a lot to ponder this delivery after the boundary.
Until it split in the middle. All I knew was that when the Berlin Wall fell, nobody ran towards the eastern side.
My, oh my, that's just flown off the middle.
That just drifted a bit. Pounced on. It's high and mighty. They'll be really happy with that.
I feel like we're living in an upside down world, absolutely. Every time I watch Bill, I think we need a party for the 80% of us in the middle. We need healthy, reasonable parties on both sides. We get
Through the gap, great shot.
Outstanding shot. Saw it early, not much width to play with. Drove it through the covers for 4.
Place your bets, guys. Surely they'll be very reasonable and nice.
I'd like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've always got to make them play on your terms.
Like a sociopath. Guy who hates you and your cause says this is really bad for your cause. Judge
Swept away, but finds the fielder. Good fielding, out on the boundary. A direct hit and it's gone. Another quiet over completed. The batters.
I forgot how to run.
Dude, this just makes you look like fucking morons. These are your friends, the people who want to abolish prisons, have started literally campaigning with them, who want to completely open the border 100%, which makes no fucking sense. Obviously, you can have like regulation or, you know, have that conversation about what's okay and what's not, but like 100% really? You can talk about police regulation and all
lovely
that.
Sound off the bat, beats the infield, maybe 4.
What a lovely shot. Flown to the boundary. That's not the type of ball to be bowling.
That's how I know I'm doing a great job. This quote should
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length still the key.
Bill Maher is insufferable. As you're watching this on, that's crazy.
Sweat just wide of the fielder at 45. Some good aggression with some risk.
Very cool. These people wanting universal healthcare are so evil. Dude, way to completely, like they always do this, they completely misunderstand the point, even though He made the point very clear with specific quotes attributing what the problem actually is and how radical and far
Well,
people
that was a
have
poor
gone.
ball.
And then they go,
You really
"They don't
can't
even want
bowl like
universal
that.
healthcare.
Got
They don't
what it
want free
deserved.
healthcare." Yeah, that's
Okay.
the issue, man. That's the issue. Bill Maher becoming far right was the surprise that only everybody saw coming
Classic
up.
cover drive
So
that
now
finds the fielder
this
at cover.
lefty is a far right person because they disagree with Hassan
Okay,
and his
okay,
goon
okay,
squad.
okay.
Yep, sounds about right. He's a racist Nazi now. Every single time. Every single time. Dear HBO, this man can't be producing a
Finds
sustainable
the fielder
viewer
with
count
that
replace
shot.
with that Fremlin releases from his outbreak. So now they want to cancel the show, right? Bill Maher was born smug. What an honor to be hated by the most
Ready to start
idiotic
from the
and
north
critical
end.
one. The irony is palpable. Dude, I feel so bad for you guys who actually have to deal with people like this IRL. Like the fact that these people actually exist. Like, I only see this stuff online. This doesn't exist in my reality. I've never met people like this in my entire life. So, I don't know, man. Good luck, and no wonder you're watching the legendary series. Hopefully we can cure the brain rot one episode at a time. Right, so it turns out Hassan has posted a video on Twitter claiming
Very
he got
good shot there.
ambushed by Channel 4 from the UK.
It was
And
timed
essentially
well
they
for
asked him
4.
about
Gee,
the
that was a
UK
good shot.
ban. My ambush Channel 4 interview. Let's see the severity of this ambush. An 8-minute ambush, guys. Surely this is going to be extremely dangerous and wow, like a crazy confrontation.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball, but just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come.
Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs that the Labour government did such an undemocratic
Nice,
thing.
nice. Leaned into it, wide of cover,
I guess
and
that's
that will give him a bit of confidence, and maybe four.
Democracy now.
Came
I didn't have a
forward
problem
onto the
going
front
into
foot and
country
eased
under
it away
war
to the
leadership,
boundary.
Which, you know, clearly I'm at bigger odds with.
They've said that your presence in the UK wouldn't be conducive to the public good. Do you think that could harm Abdul Al-Said's campaign being associated with you? Will it put off some voters?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. These values like freedom of expression were values that especially the Labour government would be committed
Good
to.
footwork behind the stumps, taking it cleanly. No interest though from the batter.
You threaten those voters. You're not conducive to the public good because of some of your rhetoric.
Yeah, of course the government is going to say that.
Right. Ambushed, huh? That was the ambush right there. I can't believe he actually survived that, guys. Truly horrifying stuff, actually. This was almost as frightening as when somebody came up to him with the dog shocking meme, right? He just constantly gets ambushed, guys. Wow. Buddy, they're a news station, and they ask you normal questions about why you're banned from their country. I swear to God, this guy has the ultimate victim complex, dude. Everything is an ambush. Everything is an attack. He's gonna call them stalkers now, by the way. She cyber-stalked me, and then she found me IRL and ambushed me. Literally just a news station asking about the most standard, the most popular topics going on right now, relevant to their country as well. And obviously, he's very mad about it because, well, you know,
Pulled away, but straight to square leg.
an extremist he is, that he was banned from the country, or if it's like anti-Semitism, you know, racism, extremism. It just doesn't reflect good on his part. I'm shocked that he even posted this. I mean, he wanted to frame it as like some giant victim story. They ambushed me, right? Basically, ambush means that he wasn't prepared with 10 hours of talking points on his stream, right? So that he could fucking look at them, I guess. Gotta love the morons. Are they a conservative news channel? So if you ever question Hassan on anything, you're a conservative news channel now.
Gone, great catch.
Even if the interview agrees with the interview's politics, we expect them to challenge their talking points. No, they're left-leaning and one of our best independent news organizations. Now, if anything, it's nice to see an interviewer push him a little bit, but also allow him
That
to
really
explain
doesn't
himself
feel
before
like
they
enough
put the
runs on
gotcha.
this pitch.
Channel 4 in the
There's
UK is
real
actually a
pressure
very
on the
good
bowlers now to get some
independent
early
left-leaning
wickets.
organization. I think the difference is that UK journalists will ask comparatively tougher and more probing questions to all interviews across the board, so it may seem like an ambush, but it's not. Literally the most, like, milquetoast, just asking him to explain one of the most controversial things that happened to him, and that's an ambush now. What the fuck, dude? This is such pussy shit, dude. And the thing is, you know he was looking for the camera. Like, he's dying to get on any of these interviews, get more and more attention. Right, so apparently Hassan got rejected for an interview with a news station, and he's not taking it too well. Hassan mocks a local CBS Detroit news station for rejecting an interview with him. Of course, everybody is obligated to interview Hassan. He is the center of the universe. How dare you reject him?
And then some, CBS did our job. He said absolutely not. There's CBS Detroit that gets the platform. For sure. It's not it at all. Unfortunately, she said just like, yeah, they were trying to field, like, to see if there was people that were waiting to interview them, and the local news guy at the CBS Detroit got off on her. Danae, sweet Danae, you guys know Danae. Which is funny because, like, from our perspective, we're doing him a favor. I'm like, no, dude, I mean, it's fine. Like, dude, you got like 121 Twitter followers. You're about to get your clip. All right. You know what he's afraid of? CBS. The post information comments is like talk about me.
Yeah, dude, newsflash, it's called having standards. Yeah, I don't know how popular they are or whatever, and maybe Hassan is in fact more popular than them, and maybe an interview with him will actually get them more attention and views, but it's kind of like blood money. That's what I would compare it to. You don't really want to take it, right? And it's kind of the same decision that politicians have to make. Yes, theoretically, you could endorse and platform Hassan, and then you would get the votes of his unhinged cult. Or to be honest, maybe even not. Like, most of them aren't fucking doing anything. They're just chirping on Twitter all day. But the problem is, then you open the floodgates, right? You basically alienate everybody else in exchange for some quick success. Basically, you sell your soul for some quick votes or some quick money or whatever. And honestly, I find it pretty respectable by
Okay, so
CBS to
I get the ball. I took the ball.
and immediately conclude that, hey, we're not going to platform an extremist psycho such as him. So actually W for CBS Detroit, and this is so petty by him, right? If you get rejected, just take the L and move on, right? Why do you have to go out of your way to name and shame them and badmouth them? And basically, this is another dog whistle to send his followers to go harass him, right? This guy can never just take an L like an adult. This childish attitude is one of the several reasons why outlets don't want to interview him, but he'll never see that. Yeah, I mean, you can expect that you're going to get a 100% success rate. Maybe it's not even because they hate you. Maybe they had, like, something else planned at the time or whatever. Or maybe one specific person in that org did not like you. This guy constantly just pretends he's more important than he is, and, like, none of this bothers him when clearly it does. Oh, that event dropped him? I was just doing a friend for a favor, I don't care. They don't want to platform propagandists? Their loss. Alright, Palpatine. It's funny because CBS is doing us out a favor by not letting him embarrass himself on TV. Yeah, every time he gives these interviews, he just ends up looking worse. He was doing CBS a favor, by the way, a delusional inflated ego based on other people's achievements. So apparently Hassan is crying about Destiny again, bringing him up out of nowhere. And I swear to God, this guy's always like, I don't want drama. And then every single clip of him is calling out people. This time he's arguing about who is more impactful to politics and the Democrats. Hassan calls out Destiny's canvassing operation. Right, so in case you didn't know, canvassing is like basically going face to face with voters and trying to convince them to vote. And this is kind of the shit that you don't open your door for, right? It's those annoying as fuck people who just, constantly trying to bother you. They're like fucking salesmen, essentially.
They don't know if you want the bad. What? The evil version of you? Like the bad? Oh, bad and banana? No. Or, you were talking about Sex Custody? Yes. There are no young people for his. I think it was a few years ago that he had some org or some functionary. No, he still he keeps creating like new shell orgs to make it look like it's like a canvas operation, but then all they do is just tweet about me. I remember they don't do any phone bangs, they don't do any door knocking operations at all. It is just like constantly tweeting about me for some weird reason. I'm sure there's money for that though, because it's clear that there are a lot of big donors that donate to both, suspiciously to both Democratic Party that happen to have identified me as like a primary op. Yeah. And I'm sure those guys will fucking flow money in their direction,
Dude, I don't know how he lives in like two alternative worlds at once. On one hand, he admits that like half seeing him
this?
routinely getting canceled by them, routinely arguing with them. He's probably the biggest reason that they're losing because he literally tells people not to vote. He makes support to them but radicalized and extreme so that they don't look normal to the average person. And then suddenly he's like, well, actually, I'm their biggest asset. I'm the left flank here. I'm more impactful than anyone. Like, make up your mind. Yeah, it turns out he actually got community noted here. Progressive Victory partnered with Destiny for canvassing in 2024, rent 7 houses in swing states, knocking 10,000 doors each per month for a total of hundreds and thousands of knocks. Holy shit, no wonder politics is such a big thing in America. You got all these fucking annoying people knocking on your door. This is a total lie. Destiny's canvassing operations knocked on 340k doors, contacted 1.6 million voters for Kamala Harris. Meanwhile, Hassan's canvassing exclusively targeted against other Democrats. Categorically false. Are you saying this is another instance of lying is OP?
Lying is OP, as I say all the time.
Endless ego. I'm such a threat that my enemies creating companies. I guess they have endless money just to orbit me. Me. This is a break on echo chambers. Too bad Charlie. Okay, can't read that one, but Jesus. Right, so Destiny responded. Apparently there's a clip of this black person just like shaking their head at Hassan, which is absolutely base. And Chandler says that he's never beaten the anti-black allegations, which absolutely. Destiny cracks up at Hassan invoking his black fans in Detroit.
Ryan Hassan Becker, you know, is, I guess, talented.
What is this guy doing, bro? Hey, my man. Why are you shaking your damn head?
Boy,
Okay.
Sam.
What are you doing back there? Okay, I love this guy. As soon as my name gets mentioned, he goes, no, hell no, not Hassan.
Opponent in this Democratic primary, you know, he brought in Hassan Becker, you know, is, I guess, talent.
He said, not Hassan.
Jesus Christ.
What? He said, black skin. I think that you saw all 4 of the brothers who ride for her.
Wow. 4 black people and 1 praying for her? That's 4 times as many black people showed up to the fucking Detroit El Said rally.
Now, I am not being the anti-black allegations, brother. Brother, I am literally going to Detroit.
For real, I'm going to the home of black people. I'm going to Detroit as literally black people capital. Hello? Do you think I don't speak regularly to the representative of black people?
Someone please let me that dozen you donuts in.
You'll see. It's all bullshit. That stuff is bullshit.
Right. We all know that Hassan Piker just loves minorities, doesn't he?
Any other black folk want to engage in radical activist language in this fucking chat? Suck my fucking cock. You think you have a pass in here to fucking speak like this? Get the fuck out of here. Black people care about the border. I don't give a fuck what black people care about. Oh, black people care about this. Black people care about that. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yep, sounds about right. Shout out to the one base person there actually shaking their head. And this is exactly what you want to see. An instant repulsion people have when they hear that name. Instantly when you hear that name, you probably think of the numerous clips that pop up of him just saying the most radical bullshit, right? And that's exactly how you should be responding to his mentions. And I really hate this fucking, like, savior complex he has. Is like, oh my god, nobody else speaks up for the black and brown people like me. Funny, I'm sorry, from what I've seen, you were born in some very racist.
Fuck this South Vietnamese. Let's go back and live in South Vietnam in the same conditions.
God, the forced laugh is so annoying. Do not get me started on that laugh. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Listen, paying 199 Rand a month for a streaming app and 59.99 for a music app and 99.99 for a fitness app and more money for a bunch of other apps, that really adds up. So why not get YouTube Premium for just $81.99? It's like having all those and the entire world of YouTube uninterrupted. Your wallet will thank you, if wallets could talk. YouTube Premium. Premium. Try 1 month free.
Beaucoup. Autour des pieds roulés, ça va beaucoup. Il va faire des affaires. Demande à naissance. C'est bien de nos filles. C'est tout qui m'a nous protégé.
Sono capace, giochi per farti giocare. Ecco perché lui non gioca con me. Tu come il duro vuoi fare? Perché tu vedi che parla mio neck. Col beat, bounce, vinco senza gareggiare. Sai che mi esprimo senza parlare. Siamo brise, vieni level primaire. Con te sono un altro level. La disteve uessa delle zone. Come che tengo tanti idee. 48 nel mio blog, everyday cash count. Su di me, vuole me nella lounge. La disnave sa che lì, io non cambio la mia team. Tengo nel mio crib e trovo in questo beat. Dice non esce ma lavora dentro il club. E poi mi chiede dove è la mia serietà. Dice di aprirmi che con lei posso parlare. Ma il mio unico obiettivo ogni giorno di aumentare. Cambio tempo come cambio. Stai ne sai, giro con la team, tu lo sai chi sei. KMB, tutto everyday. Sopra questo beat. Everyday, sai che penso a farli, sono shy. Noi contiamo e balliamo nella night. Ci vedi che brilliamo, tu sei down. 48 nel mio blog, everyday cash count. Su di me, vuole me nella lounge. La disnave sa che lì, io non cambio la mia team. Tengo nel mio crib e trovo in questo beat. 48 nel mio blog, everyday cash count. Su di me, vuole me nella lounge. La disnave sa che lì, io non cambio la mia team. Tengo nel mio crib e trovo in questo beat. Sai che sono solo cavallo.
YouTube Premium.
Welcome everyone on a perfect night for football with the floodlights beaming down. Derek Ray here in the commentary position, and sitting next to me is the former England international Sue Smith. And with the game just moments away now, this really ought to be a superb watch. What might we see today?
Well, I can't wait for this one. Both sets of fans are certainly up for it. I'm sure that that'll give the players a real boost. They'll be hoping to start the game at a fast tempo.
This is the lineup for the home team. Unai Simon plays in goal. Frankie de Jong plays with Christopher Nkunku in the... engine room, and the focal point in attack today is Cristiano Ronaldo. And this is the initial 11 for the visitors today.
Yeah, it's the same formation, and I'd expect both teams to commit players forward. So the two holding midfielders, they're going to be key from a defensive perspective.
In it goes! But wait a minute, that will not count.
Oh, that was so tight. You can see how frustrated he is, but he did finish it off well.
Nkunku. Well, he's certainly not alone. De Jong. And showing good game awareness. Jacinto. And on to Pele. Fati. They've won back possession. Pele. It's Pele! Well, not quite accurate enough, but it was a close thing. And I think we're always going to refer to Pele as the king. What might we see from him in this match?
Well, for me, it's the way he combines with his teammates, always wants the ball. Once he's passed it, he's on the move, wants it back again. He's a pleasure to watch. I'm sure we'll see more of that today.
And Fati. Able to close down the shot. Andrea Jacinto. Now, options are plenty. Fine reading of the situation. Nkunku. Takes the shot. Got to it fairly easily. Jacinto. Now with Bremer. Bremer. Pele. Jesse Fleming. Now with Pele. And firing it. And it's in! 1-0. They've breached the defence. So the match has restarted. 1-0 here. De Jong. Ramirez. Impressive build-up. Just couldn't stay in front. And now this match is all square. So in business once more on the back of that very important equaliser. 1-1. Bremer. And on to Pele. You tee it up. She knew what she wanted to do and succeeded. Giving it away. Jesse Fleming. Jacinto. Kunku has it. Plenty of support here. Themselves get disheartened. Now they hold the lead. Jesse Fleming. And bursting forward. But they took care of the situation defensively. Kunku. To attack from the wide areas. Brilliantly timed tackle when it really mattered.
Yeah, he had to time that well, and he did.
Salgado. Ansu Fati. Now what can they do from here? Well, you've got to give him credit for that piece of defending. Fleming. Will it happen for them? Opportunity! And he's done it! Parity again! A magnificent game unfolding. So the ball is running again at 2-2. De Jong. A lot of forward thrust here from Ronaldo. Now what can he do from this excellent position? And teammates around him. Cristiano Ronaldo. Highest order.
Yeah, and he didn't have long to react, but you have to praise his reflexes.
So the corner played into the box. The managers will now deliver their half-time team talks. We're at the end of 45 minutes in this game. So into the second half, and it would take a brave person to predict the outcome of this one. Joshua King. Jesse Fleming. Fati. Textbook closing down, and now... And a goal! Just like that, they're back in front!
here it is again, and he shows his quality to beat his man, finds a yard of space, and then his finish. It's quality, that.
Nkunku. Oh, this is looking promising. The pressure is high, and they could be in here. Ronaldo. Chance for the leveller. Oh, top goalkeeping. But he's gone short with it. And he's lost custody of the ball here. Can she find the right pass? But quick thinking defensively. Now the counter-attack looks on. Fati. Oh, it's their former. Oh, monster intervention.
He's just got that art of defending, hasn't he?
Can he get the level? To square the game once again. Exhilarating. So back underway. This is extraordinary what we're witnessing here. Fleming. Really good interception. Considerable momentum, courtesy of Ronaldo. But what can he produce from here? Oh, this looks useful. Can he put them in front? Yes is the emphatic answer. And you have to say it was on the cards. Looking pass. To run into. And let's give credit to the defending. Jesse Fleming. Ansu Fati. He's certainly not alone. This could level it. And it is the equaliser. Parity now. And who's to say what's going to happen next? So back underway, and I have to say, this game is everything I hoped it would be. Nkunku. Oh, fancy footwork. Oh, excellent goalkeeping. And there's the delivery. Oh, still something on here. And the attack fizzling out.
Well, what a game this has been. Got two sides wanting to be positive and taking the game to the opposition.
Hang on, Sue. It's a chance. Oh, marvellous save. Great goalkeeping. They take it short. Chance was building.
Yeah, snuffed out nicely.
20 minutes remaining. Moving the ball forward. How creative can they be? But it fizzles out thanks to that piece of defending. And options in the centre. Could be troublesome. And defensive play to be applauded. Ronaldo. Now with De Jong. Yes, a goal! Exactly what they were looking for, and he's come up with it. 15 minutes remaining. Andrea Jacinto. Jesse Fleming. Hugh, a good intervention. Plenty of support here. Decent pass. Trying to plot a route. And the keeper really reacted brilliantly.
Well, I thought that had to be a goal, but the keeper pulls off a tremendous save. It's cat-like reflexes.
Well, still pushing forward. It's a matter of whether or not they can come up with an equaliser. This could square the game. Commanding goalkeeping. De Jong. Mbappe with it. Nkunku. Oh, I thought they were onto something there.
Yeah, I like the approach play, but just lacked that final pass, didn't they?
Fleming. Given it away.
Just listen to this atmosphere. It's been such a tight game, but the fans are certainly doing their bit, just trying to get them over the finish line.
Nkunku. He's certainly not alone. Didn't go to plan in the end. Pele. Well, they could break at pace. Well, no time to waste. Can they find an equaliser? Showing a great defensive instinct. And the referee has added on 2 minutes of stoppage time. Nkunku. It's a weighted pass. It's it. An excellent save, and they're still alive.
Well, it's a fantastic start, but time really is against them now. Hopefully they'll get another chance or two.
And that is the end of the contest, and not a happy outcome as far as the visitors are concerned.
Well, how did they not get something from this? They played well, Maybe just lacking in both boxes, but overall they'll have felt they should have at least got a draw.
And firing it. And it's in! 1-0. They've breached the defence. Impressive build-up. And a goal! They would not let themselves get disheartened. Now they hold the lead. Fleming. Will it happen for them? Opportunity. And he's done it. Parity again. A magnificent game unfolding. Patti. Textbook closing down. And now... And a goal! Just like that.
Spend a couple grand, man I make it bang bang. Money on the plan, roll it on we on. Mr. Loverman, she love bang bang. We a make it bang bang. We a make it bang. Make them have to know. We a make it bang. Dan rock and we are the real veteran. Who the pan the magic and the one we got on. Yeah, me pan the rhythm, me pan the version. We know them on a mission, not a excursion. Anywhere we go, dance of the ram jam. Just a bullet up a bullet up a man of one champion. We are making bang bang. We are making bang bang. Real bad man, they are warm to them future. Move on. Drop a pop bam. Straight fire when friction drop a song. Them say them never see them never get a hotter one. We no powder, we no better, we no watch a man. Hey, watch out. They stop me like proper. Stop me like dapper. Stop me like. Go round like. We are make it bang bang, man a madman. Select it and make you run fast when I blam blam. Tap your ram jam, rap a pam pam. Give the gal them the grand man a champion. My go bang bang. Catch it one time. I be chilling with the gal them having me some fun time. When it's crunch time, I be right there on the front line. Up buying something rise up like the sunshine. Bang bang. We are make it bang. Stepping on the place and mash it like a champion. Never play them better take me caution. Never get no warning, never get no caution. This is no quick, and no this a bang bang.
Run me over every time I come close. I don't know why you try to cut me out of your life, and I wanna stay by your side. Don't you cut me out of your life, yeah. Same stress, tell her keep all cool, call me collect, same bed. I could sleep till noon, dreaming of you again. Two against one was the world until you two against me again. I called up because I was looking in at 3 a.m. I called up because I thought you was messing with someone else. I called up to tell you I was thinking about probably checking out. How come you cut me out? I asked how could you? How come you cut me? Put yourself up with someone that I'm rolling over.
Just click on
No, that's
play match, no?
it switches off for like a second. No, I sent you invites.
Same text, I can pick each and every word that this message and be upset in the questions and call you rude and it's left in pursuit of speed.
Sim, sim, sim.
Stare at me, what you think I made all these dollars for a million?
Muito bem. Chendubi. Oh, look at you. Oh, we got to queue it up. Yeah, no, come, let's go.
All right, so I'm not gonna count the first match because it was a warm up, but then like this is where things get serious now. Yeah, no, my team should be good. You popped your back?
Well, hello to you and welcome
Oh, you
to
said you almost
another
forgot your
exciting
bag.
game brought to you by EA TV. I'm your commentator, Guy Mowbray, delighted to be in the company of Stuart Robson. And with
Okay.
the atmosphere building up nicely, what a match this promises to be. What are your expectations from this?
Well, we've got everything needed for a good game here. Two motivated teams, a vibrant atmosphere, and some very good players. Let's hope we're not disappointed.
This is the visitors' team for today.
Well, no surprise really, they're matching up here, but there are many different ways they can approach this game, and I just think they'll be cautious today, certainly early on.
I need to Jonga about that, honestly. Why are you running off the pitch, Lucifer? I think you've lost connection. What's going on? What's going on? Oh. Man lost connection.
warm welcome to you, and thanks for joining us for another game live on EA TV. My name's Guy Mowbray. I'm joined by Sue Smith in the commentary position, and everything is set up nicely to give us a really good match. How do you see this one going then, Sue?
It's a real pleasure to be here. It's been buzzing ahead of kick-off. Let's hope the football lives up to the atmosphere.
Right.
This is how the visitors start the game.
Well, no real surprise to see they're also set up in the same formation. It's just how effective those wide players can be. The onus is really on them to attack those bylines and turn their fullbacks.
Michel Salgado. Here they go, the attack is on. The promise of something happening is over.
This player doing this?
They've got it clear, but maybe only briefly. Corner kick played in. Just wide of the mark, goal kick.
Yeah, the keeper seemed to have it covered. Not a bad effort, though.
Frenkie de Jong. Ronaldo. Moving forward under no real pressure.
Man.
Denied by a top draw tackle.
Yeah, I love that tackle. It's a cracking bit of defending.
Nicely sets it up.
You know what this bag is
Wow, man, two
He's
players.
in now, and it's an early lead. A terrific start.
Services and special dates.
And we're back underway at 1-0.
Just a fact, man.
Frenkie de Jong. Onto
Not just a
Llorente.
fact.
Stroke pockets.
I don't know
The
that.
press.
And Kunku.
Mhm.
Did you see
There's a bit
the
of
press?
belief in this move.
I saw
Well,
the
it
press.
looked promising, but only up to a point.
Has anyone ever gifted you that
Hello?
effect that expensive?
I don't like that.
Setting up the chance.
Shameless
Premium
secrets.
is ad-free YouTube.
Takes it on.
Hmm?
You got in the way of it.
Videos on the YouTube Kids app, so kids can bounce to Kids Bop without missing a beat.
Could be something
Try
on.
1 month free.
We're here. An equaliser with a terrific to and fro start to the match. Joshua King.
Really? You're gonna try one man me.
Good ball. Kunku. Lovely weighted pass. Only just restarted after the last one. 2-1 now. Michel Salgado. Salgado. LA. Brilliant anticipation.
Oh, look at the wickets. Hey!
One. Cristiano Ronaldo. This is a positive looking move. But able to deal with the danger decisively.
That
well
was so
defended.
close.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, lovely skill to beat his marker. Chance. It's in. 2 to the good. That little bit of buffer. And it's just a matter of keeping concentration now. Fancy. King. first gear now.
Yeah, he was just in the right place at the right time. That's class defending that.
And Kunku. On to Cristiano Ronaldo. The goal! And surely there's no way they can throw this away now. Absolutely dominant.
Yeah. You thinking of leaving your relationship and focusing on what?
Underhanded possession, excellent positioning.
On Lungi. Focus on your friendship.
Joshua King.
Too obvious. Too obvious what you're trying to do. You want to use it tonight?
Will be taking the match ball home.
No problem, babe. You can do whatever you want.
As good a first half performance
You
as
can
you're
do whatever
likely
you
to
want.
see. Garden.
But why did she buy you this? Why did she buy you this?
Idea, but the radar was
Why did she buy you this?
Oh, you can't lose it there. It's just not good enough.
She just out of nowhere. She was just like, "What's your favorite color?" I was like, "What are we talking about? This is like clothes, because I know I don't like her taste very in most things." So I was like, "Black."
rampant
If
display.
something is
There's
black,
no
even
stopping
if
them
it's
in
a
this
bit
kind of
ugly,
mood.
you won't notice it. Yeah, and then she was like, I was like, "Black." I was, "Oh, okay. I have something that's gonna be delivered for you." She told me when it was Sunday or
And the work
Saturday.
pays off as they get the ball back.
Yeah, something's gonna be delivered to you Tuesday or Wednesday.
That whistle brings the first half to a close.
Like literally out of nowhere, man. She's a good friend. You know, we fight sometimes.
And you crash out at her.
All the time, man. We're sisters. Sisters fight all the time. Jealous much?
Nope. Jealous? No. There's no comeback list as well. There's no comeback that's happening
And the
here.
second half gets going.
I can literally play Barcelona football and you're not even gonna have the ball. Right? Let me just show you. I can play Barcelona football.
Mark Cucurella. And Kunku now. Promising looking ball. Marcos Llorente. De Jong. And Kunku now. That's really well cut out.
There's some other players. Ooh.
Given away.
I'm joking. I can't play Barcelona football. I can try, but I don't know how to do it. I always lose the ball. Oh
Could be
shit.
dangerous.
Nope.
There's a go. And that's safe and secure goalkeeping. Cristiano Ronaldo has shown his exceptional talent so far. It's been a performance of the highest quality.
Well, that's an outstanding first
Like,
half
what is
performance.
that? What is that? Why is
Really
it jumping
well taken,
jumping
but
so
it's his
far?
all-round game, his movement, his work rate. Wonder how many he's going to get today.
TLB. That's TLB. Bolazi.
Frankie de Jong. Setting something now. That has been carelessly given away.
Yes. So
Could be a
aggressive.
chance to break here.
Hey, where are you
Nicely
going with
sets it
this?
up.
Where are you going? You looking for?
Great defending.
What an
You
important
literally don't have an
ball that
open
is,
space you're trying to
timing
finesse.
spot on.
Yeah, if I had the ball there.
Intercepted. Great reading of the game. Ansu Fati.
Where is it though? Where is he going? Cuts in, cuts out, trying to
Get on.
finesse.
and to
Hey,
deal with it. Nicely gathered.
finesse merchants.
Cristiano Ronaldo. De Jong now. Opportunity now.
Oh!
Oh, the build-up was lovely. The way it's ended, not so good. Counter looks on here. Options available. Right idea.
What?
The wrong side of the fine margins.
Yeah.
And Kunku. Loads of room here. Playing forward here.
What you mean?
This could be.
Only 4 kills.
What about this?
It's 2 packets.
It's turning into one magnificent and memorable match. Yet another goal. And Sue Fatty. He's in with that.
Looking for a finesse again.
And Sue Fatty.
Looking for finesse again.
Won't be going any further.
Okay, let me try actually score now.
Quarter of an hour remaining.
Listen, paying
This is lovely football, moving defenders around.
and $59.99
That's
for
a good
music
pass.
app and $99.99 for a fitness app and more money
Never
for a bunch
open
of
up
other
here.
apps.
And they've scored! A goal to get the stadium jumping.
$81.99. It's like having all those and the entire world of YouTube uninterrupted. Your wallet will thank you if wallets could talk. YouTube Premium. Try 1 month free.
Alright, bro, let's for now. You're running away.
Back now. Pele. Pele. On to Nkunku. Perfectly anticipated. Really well won. Pass that results in a throw-in. A little unlucky. Full time is looming. What do we make of this scoreline? Feels like a fair reflection to me.
Yeah, they're clearly the better side. They've obviously been fantastic up top, and some of the goals they've scored have been top class. We've got to praise the work ethic as well. Really good performance all round.
Okay.
Struggling to keep it here. We've entered the final 5. Pele. Pass
Saw that
was
coming.
red and the ball has changed hands. Now the chance for them to pull forward. And I'm afraid that's where it
Oh, I
ends
was
for
trying to
them.
get the ball to the top there. But I was thinking, how do I do that? See, I'll be on the job. Oh my gosh. Literally, my player didn't do the run I was hoping for.
Picking up the chance now.
Nope.
Ball to the team there. Ball comes in.
Okay, there's a chance.
Go.
Nope.
And that is the final blast. Not the result that the visiting fans were hoping for.
Yeah,
What
there's
did
a
you
goal.
make of it all?
I think the coaching staff will be furious after that. They
You
clearly didn't
you
think about
good.
the game plan.
That's what I'll say. You
They didn't
good.
give effort either.
You got a bit of a
I'm
way
sure
to
there'll
go
be
though,
words in the
but
dressing room
you're
after
gonna
that
get better.
performance.
But I'm not a small boy in this FIFA game. I'm not a small boy. I got a better team. Are you really gonna say I have a better team? Classic teams. Okay, fine. We can do classic teams since you think it's my team. Such a thing as my team. I'll play you classic teams. Online friendlies. Yeah, is it online friendlies? No, it's not online friendlies. It's what was it again? Co-op seasons tournaments. Seasons, kickoff. I can't recall where I'm just going. I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, you found it. Okay. Real Madrid because man wants to use Mbappe. See you alive. Fine. Fine. Which team is worth using? Oh, yep. I'm fine using this team. I love the way they play. They don't have the strongest team, but it's fine. PSG, Desiree Doué, Olise. Nah, let me use PSG. PSG is better. Where's PSG front? Yeah, I'm cool with it. Man cried that it's my team. We literally have like similarly rated teams. Kvaratskhelia, Barcola, Desiree Doué. Can't Doué play like centre mid? Oh, why am I thinking Olise plays for this team? Olise doesn't play for this team. Oh, Renato. Oh. Rando Colomuani. Maybe, if there's a need for him. Fresno, Kimpembe, Asensio, no. Barcola will come in. Colomuani will come in. Barcola can only play right wing, left wing. The thing is that I want to play Barcola because Desiree Doué, he's good, but he doesn't have the pace I need, and Ruiz probably doesn't have the pace I need too, so I'll put Desiree Doué there. Now I'm happy. Play match. Alright, let's go.
Really is a sparkling day for football at one of the great venues in the world game, the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu in Madrid. I'm Derek Ray in the commentary position, and I'm joined for expert analysis by Sue Smith. And every fan is full of hope on this particular day. I say that because it is the very first match of the new season. It's Real Madrid against Paris Saint-Germain.
Well, both managers will be reminding the players that it's important to get off to a quick start, really attack the opposition and put them on the back foot from the off. Hopefully we'll get a good game.
Will it happen for them?
Ooh.
Very timely defending.
Oh, it's great awareness there to see the threat, wasn't it?
Guys.
And let's dissect the Real Madrid side. Thibaut Courtois is the keeper of choice. Eder Militao plays with Antonio Rüdiger in central defence. Federico Valverde plays alongside... Must be! And a goal! They start as they mean to continue. They make the opening statement. Jude Bellingham. Tchouaméni. Bellingham is with Vinicius Junior. Aurélien Tchouaméni. And he read it superbly. Teammates available. Nice looking move.
Oh, what did I do there? Should have done a low driven.
What a stop was it from the keeper? He doesn't have much time to react. That's a top save.
Okay. That didn't work. Why do you think this is?
Tchouaméni. A very good tackle. Oh, that's a fine looking pass.
This man wants to pull me down. No ways. 2 times I didn't do low driven. Oh, it's fine.
Reflexes and quick thinking. He's done so well there.
Oh, useful ball. Can they do it? Oh, a challenge that was simply world class.
Oh, he got stuck in there, didn't he?
Oh, skipping away.
Got options, got options. Hey, what's happening up there?
Tchouaméni. And defensive play to be applauded. Now, options are plenty.
All with ad-free listening, song downloads, and more on the YouTube Music app.
It's gone in for PSG as
The
they
tinge.
extend their advantage to 2 goals. Well, nicely cut out. Now, what can they do with the
Oh
ball?
man, I thought it. It's fine.
Tchouaméni. Real find themselves in a position of menace. Disappointing pass.
Yeah, he's got to take care of the ball better there.
Opportunity.
Man, literally, no one wants to make space.
And surely there's no way they can throw this away. Absolutely dominant.
Come on, let's hold on. The game's not over.
Tchouaméni.
Be inventive. Be inventive. Create ideas.
And Valverde.
You gotta think about what
Tchouaméni.
I'm
Mbappe.
not likely to block.
Given
Stop
away
this.
by Real Madrid. Is it the perfect pass? Looking move.
Oh
The
my gosh.
post.
Look at
Defensive
those
Brazilians there.
Look at this man. Look at this man. Look at
Could
this
be
man.
troublesome.
Cuts
Vinicius
him.
Junior. An awe-inspiring piece of goalkeeping to prevent
Oh.
what would have been a magnificent goal on the counter-attack.
Yeah, love how quickly they go
Man,
from back to
Vinicius
front.
Junior and
They just
Mbappe,
couldn't
those
make it
guys are just
count.
rapid.
Paris Saint-Germain sloppy in possession.
Get in there.
Decent looking ball.
Oh my gosh. Cover that scale here.
Throws to 4 now. A rampant display. So underway again here, and it's going to take a colossal effort if they have designs on bouncing back. Bellingham. On the ball, Rüdiger. Mbappe.
Oh. What was I doing there? Yeah, Mbappe's in. Mbappe's in.
And he's got some power.
Yes.
So close to finding the net.
I feel like low drivens are only meta in Ultimate Team.
Forwards.
Let's see. Yeah, low driven. It seems like it's only a meta in Ultimate Team. Low driven's not working
Well,
here.
now they have possession. And possibilities here.
Oh.
Buying them time.
Get in there. Get in there.
Dembele. Oh, they were in a
Okay,
decent
I should
position
have been
too.
faster than that.
Yeah, nice build up. They just lack
Flipping
that end
Mbappe, man.
product.
This guy's
Stop that one
rapid.
in its tracks.
Really vital interception here. Well, breaking at pace is always a possibility. Jude Bellingham. That's teammates around him. Oh, I thought they were onto something there. Hakimi. Oh, could be an opportunity here. And with Vitinha.
Ding.
And the fourth official confirming that we'll have 1 additional minute. Well, that's splendid play.
Nope. No goal, half time.
And that is that. Half time here in the Spanish capital. Well, Vitinha makes a little go a long way. Very committed footballer.
Yeah, carved out plenty of opportunities, hasn't he? Certainly tested the keeper enough. Great performance up to now and got a well-deserved goal.
What'd you say, babe? Chicken fried rice.
So the ball rolling again, and Real left with a
Hey,
real
that's
mountain to
simple.
climb in the second half. Well, good hands there from the keeper. Federico Valverde. Jude Bellingham is with Vinicius Junior. He struggled to keep the ball from Real. Dembele. Teammates available. Dembele. Oh, burying them beneath an avalanche of goals. No let up here. Jude Bellingham. Aurelien Tchouameni. And Bellingham. Real Madrid have given us away. Quick counter could be on.
Oh. Mbappe. Mbappe.
Willian Pacho. On to Neves.
Hey, that's not funny. You're literally not.
Pereira.
Come take the ball. You 5-0 down. You
Belly
need
on
to
the ball.
attack. If I was you, I would literally like change my settings to be on attacking.
Real Madrid coming away with it.
You can't be balanced anymore. You need to go for
Plenty
the
of
attack.
support here. Well, they might be able to launch
Okay,
a
that
counter
was.
attack.
Yeah,
And
let's go.
playing it through.
Probably a goal.
In position.
Yeah.
And a goal this time. Applying the finishing touch. Just what the doctor ordered. Hakimi.
And creamy.
Textbook defending. Good thinking defensively.
Wow. Oh.
Federico Valverde. So waited
Bob's offside pay.
Well, it was close, but offside nonetheless.
Please reply because my headphones are. I don't care if your headphones are working. You can get out if your headphones are not working.
Offside. I'm sure he'll keep making those runs though.
Oh man.
Perfect position to read it.
Pretty much
Perhaps they can counter from here.
Just make sure he doesn't go all the way to our side.
Might lead to a chance.
Oh, man's got some confidence. But too much passing going nowhere.
No foul, PSG advantage. And the through ball.
Oh yeah. Low driven is shit.
Superb save.
Oh yeah. Low driven.
So a throw in for PSG. Opportunity.
Literally just.
Oh, blocked it. Valverde. Now counter-attacking possibility.
Bapinho.
And well, he might celebrate on the back of that. Minch. On to Kvaratskhelia.
You're giving me way too much space.
Very few would lay a glove on them. Chouameni and Bellingham. Now Eder Militao. Vinicius Junior. Intelligent defending. Dembele. Fancy footwork. Really sound defending. Nersch. Intelligent ball.
Okay.
Could be a chance to break.
Yes.
Nice looking pass.
Yes.
The high
Just
press
get the
was
balls
on,
here.
and that's a... Oh, he saved it! Brilliant piece of goalkeeping.
Oh, his positioning is spot on. Really makes it difficult for the attacker. Stops an almost certain goal there.
Vitor Ferreira. Now, who can he play it to? Dembele's in the centre, but it's actually ended up being... Can he finish? Should score! In it goes! And I'll tell you what, the goalkeeper is wishing quite simply he hadn't done that. Chouameni. Mbappe with it. Might be a chance here. And there it is, a goal.
That was good.
But
Like
will
Mbappe's
it
a
be
problem in this
purely
game.
a consolation at this stage of the proceedings? They haven't been at their best.
Mbappe can literally get to anyone. He's the fastest player in this game.
Hakimi. Trying to tee it up. Chance slips away. Now, can they hit them on the counter?
No. Mbappe.
Federico Valverde. Chouameni.
Captain.
And there it is, a goal. But will it be purely a consolation at this stage of the proceedings?
Yes, it
The
will.
referee brings this match to a close. Not
Yeah,
the
that's
result
a
Real Madrid were looking for. I wonder what you made of this.
Well, you can see how gutted some of the
I
players
think you're
are.
gonna
They
struggle
know
to
they've
get
been
into.
poor today. Not just one or two.
Yeah, I think
it
you.
was
Yeah,
collectively all
I'd say you're
over the
about Div
pitch.
3.
Much improvement needed for the next game.
Well, as is often the case, Ousmane Dembele was a real handful for opponents. Interested to know how
You might
you
struggle
would
to
sum
get
up
into
his
Div 3, but you're about
contribution.
Div 3.
Yeah, well, he gave the back
Yeah,
line a
8
torrid
defending. You have
time,
to learn
didn't he?
defending.
He was
You give
far
me too
too
much
sharp
space.
for them. always looking to play on the shoulder, took his goals well too. Clearly the difference maker today.
Downtown, we can leave right now. I wanna go like, okay. No, you don't need cash when you look like that, cause your outfit's so bad. And you got kicked out, cause you just would just blow. No way.
The thing about attacking patterns is that you literally need to what's the word to say? It's something that you literally need to actively do. Like you can't passively learn attacking patterns. Hey, this is time they left my controller in. Hey, but yeah, I have Usman Dembele. Hey, Dembele is a power.
You're watching a toothbrush play Billie Eilish. But did you know that
Hello and welcome to a football venue that's certainly on the bucket list of most fans around the world. We're at the Bernabeu. Derek Ray here in the commentary position.
You're never gonna
Joined for
cook me.
analysis
Like
by Sue
you are.
Smith. And with the game just moments away now, this really ought to be a
I'll say you
superb
months
watch.
away from cooking
It's
me.
Real Madrid
But it
against
might be
Paris
years because
Saint-Germain.
once
A real
FC2,
pleasure
I
to
literally
be
pre-ordered
here.
the standard version of
Buzzing ahead of
FC27.
kickoff. Let's hope the football lives
Just
up to the
because I want to
atmosphere.
get in early and learn the mechanics. I'm literally gonna like pen and paper learn
Joao
the
Neves.
mechanics, learn everything, so I can
And
start
the
actually
starting
being
players
competitive
for
at pro
Real Madrid.
events,
Thibaut Courtois is
like
in
the one that
goal.
just was here.
Antonio Rudiger plays alongside Eder Militao in central defence. Federico Valverde plays alongside Jude Bellingham in the centre of midfield. And the main threat in attack today should be Kylian Mbappe.
Like the thing which I need to worry about is literally marking Mbappe, because literally Mbappe can get past anyone, so you literally just have to man mark him.
Working on in training this week. It's a good-looking pass. Can he put them in front? Yes is the emphatic answer.
Too much space,
and
Mr. Hill. Too much space.
It was on the cards. Action underway once more. A wake-up
Like one
call
thing which
for the
I
Real
do
players,
is
maybe. Can they find a response now?
I look at, okay, cool. Yes, you're coming forward,
Valverde.
but what are your
Aurelian
options?
Tchouameni.
Like, what are your shooting options?
Is
The
with
main
Vinicius
shooting
Junior.
option I try to cut out is the finesse
Attacking
one.
possibilities for Real. Could be the equaliser. And the keeper is there to
Because
cover
most people go for finesse, and especially now that I know that like low driven isn't really that good here, finesse is likely the main one you're gonna go for over here. Other than like
And
just a
tremendous
normal,
individual
straight up,
skill.
just normal shots.
And Real Madrid have the ball again. Mbappe. promising for them.
Oh, they stopped that really well, didn't they? Really well organised off the ball there.
Might work out. In the back of the net for PSG. That lead
Barcola
extended to 2
and
now.
Dembele, that combo, explosive.
Well, back underway with the lead standing at 2-0. Federico Valverde. Now with Bellingham.
Yeah, Scarlett, sorry, but literally, like, I don't understand, like, you guys, you think that just because a streamer is small, they want to buy artwork. Why don't you go, like, to the bigger streamers and ask them if they want? Because literally, you don't see the bigger streamers with all these things. I guess it's because bigger streamers have mods. Or
Risky play. Rewarded for that brilliant
if
high
I had
press.
mods, they would have deleted those messages.
And teammates around him. And credit is due for that good piece of defending. Mbappe.
But yeah, it's fine because I don't have any viewers, so don't really need mods. I just had to manually deal with you guys.
Now opening things up. Oh, surely! Determined defending.
Let's see. Oh, already making an early change. It's been 25 minutes. What's not working out with your plan?
Short corner favoured. Hakimi. Oh, that's a fine-looking pass. Opportunity. Another goal! And surely there's no way they can throw this away. Absolutely dominant. Aurélien Tchouameni. Possession one. Oh, that's splendid play. Looked like a certain goal, but that's a great challenge.
Okay, 2v2, what you doing?
Well, in a good position out wide. Too easy. Genuine chance.
I should have seen that the man was coming.
The finishing touch. Just what the doctor ordered.
That was a good attack.
Continues, and no shortage of goals. 3-1 as things stand. Intercepting it intelligently. PSG looking dangerous. Excellent vision. There was impending danger, but good defending. So corner kick conceded, and the short option preferred.
Okay, give me a short option again.
Short corner taken. Could be.
If you get the ball here,
Good
that's for me. Mbappe. Yeah, look at that, man.
Good reflexes from the keeper, and the danger averted.
When Mbappe gets the ball in a run, he's gone.
Playing it in.
Okay. Barcola, there's a man down, Barcola. Kvaratskhelia. There we go. There we go. Fine.
And PSG will have a throw in. In the centre. In it goes! He's made the brace for himself. No stopping him apparently. Rudiger. Chouameni. Bellingham.
Oh, stay.
Vinicius Junior. Mbappe with it.
Hey,
And with
what
that,
you
the
think?
attack
You think I'm just
fizzles
gonna
out.
let you turn?
Now perhaps they can counter
Oh,
from here.
yes!
That's a huge chunk of added time. 1 minute.
All right.
The first half
I
is
need
in the
water.
history books here at the Bernabeu. Ousmane Dembele, so poised and productive and really producing for his team in this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure the keeper's sick of the sight of him. Been peppering the goal from all sorts of angles. Took his goals well too.
Let's see.
So into the second half, and you can't really put it any other way. A huge gulf in quality between the sides in the first 45. Will we see a response from Real? Neves. Oh, could be an opportunity here. And snuffing out the danger. It's looking pass.
You're too
Real
impatient,
Madrid have
that's
given it
too
away.
impatient.
Now, options are plenty. Away again. Vitor Pereira. Could catch them on the break.
Thought I could do that there.
Really clever pressing.
I don't know what I was trying to do there.
Well, that was close, wasn't it? Got there just in the nick of time.
Promising position, this. Vinicius Junior. Is it pass?
I saw it, but I just couldn't get there to block it. But I saw it coming. I literally overexerted myself.
Had to put in a clean tackle. Chance. Corner awarded to PSG. And they're going for the short one. Now what can they do from here? And regaining control of the ball.
I've been impressed with how they've closed down and stopped attacks quickly.
Can he find the right pass?
Yes, he can.
Snuffed out the
And I'm
danger
literally passing it back
immediately.
to like, what do I
And the
expect to
shot.
happen?
Well, they could break at pace.
Ooh.
Aurelien Chouameni. A real struggle to contain him. Trying to get one back. But a top-notch piece of defensive judgment. Did well. Wonderful stuff as they accelerate away from the opposition. They get the ball rolling again, and Paris Saint-Germain are really cantering to victory, it appears. 20 minutes to go in this one.
Good.
There you go. Well, that effort was always going wide. He's not going to be best pleased with himself. Joao Neves. Well, the defenders know they need to get tighter. Can't really allow runs like that. Well, nothing comes of it. It looked promising. Almost the chance they could get caught out on the break here. Oh, that's a clever ball. Away by Real Madrid.
Patience.
Feeding it through. Options available. Surely.
Oh my god, I should have pulled past the shot.
Taken short. Will it happen for them? Precise challenge just when it was required. Chance here.
And like literally this mode here, like if a person is in front of the ball, it's like a guarantee to
It's a
block
real
it.
scrap, isn't it? They don't seem to be on the same page, do they?
Chance for Dembele. And you cannot argue with a hat-trick. Simply unstoppable today. So the match has restarted, but you do feel that is that. Vitor Ferreira. Just have to make sure they don't get caught on the counter-attack.
You wasted your chances, Sejo. You wasted your chance.
Given us away. Neves. Vitor Ferreira. It's one goal after another, and it speaks to the quality of that performance. Vinicius Junior. And with that, the attack fizzles out. Well, maybe a good position from which to counter. Deer up a dead end. It was promising. Well, the stoppage time situation. 1 minute here.
Okay.
Surely.
Good finish.
Here's a goal. Will it be
That was poor for me, though.
consolation at this stage of the proceedings? They haven't been at their best.
Here's the replay. Despite lots of pressure from the defender, he manages to hold him off.
And there's the final whistle.
I want to give you a phone call,
Sejo.
Sejo. I want to hear what you've learned from this.
What did you think of their overall display?
Well, they got the result they wanted, but I've got to say it was against the run of play. They won't mind. It's all about finishing off your chances, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
That's a good-looking pass.
So what have you learned?
Yes is the emphatic answer. And you have to say it was on the cards.
Yeah?
Won't work out.
So what have you learned from this?
minutes for PSG. That lead extended to 2 now.
You've learned to.
Oh, that's a fine looking pass. Opportunity.
You're turning. You're literally turning like a truck.
Another goal. And surely there's no way they can throw this away.
Wait,
Absolutely
when you're turning,
too easy.
do you press L1?
And a goal this time.
No, I don't.
Applying the
Why?
finishing touch. Just what the doctor ordered. Options in the centre.
Because you see, L1 turns are like it's right here. It's contained. You don't push the ball far away from your body. So if you want to turn, literally press L1.
Yeah, yeah.
And it will literally be smoother.
There it is. They've done it.
I guess so.
Yeah, but you see,
Waited well.
I'd say, listen, go watch some YouTube videos. There are YouTube videos that explain these things.
Which one?
Definitely, it's a real
I don't know.
isn't it?
I haven't watched them in a
All
while,
seem to
but
be on the same page,
you
do
should be easy to find them.
And you cannot argue with a hat trick. Simply unstoppable today.
Vitor Pereira. Let me show you where I'm coached.
You say what?
Let's go 1v1 Valorant.
Oh. So because I cooked you on FIFA, now you want to cook me on Valorant.
Yes.
But I told you to put some respect on my name in FIFA.
And there it is, a goal. But will it be purely a consolation at this stage of the proceedings? They
Like you
haven't
be
been the
no, but listen. You're busy watching my actual You're watching my Dev Rivals games, and you're thinking that or my Foot Champs games, thinking that I'm flopping. The competition is tough where I am.
No, I'm gonna get to Division 2 fast.
I don't think you have it right now. You're not at Division 2 level.
Listen, Friday, I'll be Div 2.
How long have you? Okay, if you can get to
What?
if you can get to Div 2,
Yeah.
then I'll give you PSN for next month.
Okay.
That's if you can get to Div. But that's only if you can get to Div 2.
Only if I get to Div 2.
Yeah.
You're gonna give me a PSN for next month.
Yeah.
Okay. Bet.
Cool.
They said tomorrow it's a new season, so but then I'll still beat it, so no problem.
Yeah, I'm in Div 2 right now, so
Yeah, I'll still be in T4, I mean. So I'm gonna start T4 tomorrow. When I come back, I'm gonna come to field because I'm just gonna drive for like maybe an hour driving another license. But I'm risking, you know.
why are you risking like this?
I am gonna do a license like soon. Yes, I'm just getting used to the steering every day.
Alright, okay. No problem. I am gonna get off stream now. It's been good.
I'm just gonna go to sleep. I'm thinking of it tomorrow.
Yeah, no worries, man. I'll check you. Bye.
Check it.
Yeah. Oh. That was good. Eye opener. Like literally the warm-up game was the tightest game between us because of the fact that I'm coming from the PS5 version and the PS4 version. Yeah, you are right, Lesejo. The PS4 version is slower. The PS5 version is faster. it's more fast-paced. Because it's like the ball control is harder. Like stuff which I could do easily on the PS5. Here I'm like, why is the ball going so far away from my person? But it's cool. It's cool. Anyways, so now I've got to div 2. I don't feel like I want to. Should I grind to div 1? I don't know. I want to focus on some other things, but I'll see. Anyways, I'm in the stream now. Bye bye.